Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wieland. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd. Tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly neighborhood actual play. And we, in case you have not already guessed, for those of you who are watching us on video, are playing Delta Green from Arc Dream Publishing. Delta Green is a modern-day horror conspiracy game where United States government employees use the resources of the government to fight off the horrors of the unnatural.
Fuck you, Tony.
We are on our second episode of our 5-episode stint in the world inside of Delta Green. So if you have not watched or listened to the first episode, Last Things Last, we recommend that you do so to get a better grasp of what we're doing and who our characters are. But we are not going to spend too much time dallying, even as our players show off the fantastic yet creepy artwork that is available inside the core book. Because we want to get, the sooner we get to the mystery, the sooner we get to the spooky stuff. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a brief round of introductions where each of the players will introduce themselves, will introduce their character, what branch of the government that their character works for, and what their most memorable moment from our last session was to help everybody kind of generate memories of what happened. So at this time, let's start with our first mind player.
Hi, my name is Tawny P. Thompson. I'm an actor and fight choreographer here in Milwaukee. She, hers. And I am playing Ellis Mandel, also known as Agent Teaspoon. She is a member of the Behavioral Analysis Unit of the FBI. And honestly, one of my favorite things about these Cthulhu-based games in general, but Delta Green specifically, is just like the gray morality. And last episode specifically, like, really dug into that. And I really appreciated the struggle of, like, is this thing evil, or are we murdering someone that we could be helping? And just having to, like, go out and make that choice, and in such a low stakes way, because it's not real life. So,
but still, yeah.
I love the stress of it. I like the, I love the stress of it. And
I feel like that's your relationship with like 80% of the games that we play.
Yeah.
I hate the stress, but I kind of love it.
I love the stress of it.
Because our games, at least, the stress resolves at some point.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go on to our next mind player.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Tony Cheek, and I am playing Thomas Bowman, aka Agent Taxi. He is a astronaut corps pilot for NASA. My favorite part from last episode was actually Sarah's moment when she was calmly talking to the creature in question, calming her, even though she was about to die. Basically preparing her for death. That was pretty.
I believe that is also what the author of the adventure commented on YouTube, that he had never seen somebody try to use, like, threat, like therapy, like it's okay mm-hmm. kind of aspect in a playthrough of his adventure.
Oh, that was the writer?
Yeah. All right, let's go on to our next mind player.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jordan Fishburne. I am playing Donna Rep, aka Agent Trip. I am playing as a FEMA paramedic. And my favorite moment from the last episode had to have been the creepy knocking on the septic tank, and then Rob asking if Sarah's character is listening at the end of the septic tank before giving his creepy Help me! I died during that point last episode.
That was pretty great.
It's good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that you enjoyed the scare, but are still coming back to this for this episode. You want to hit that yellow zone of I scared them, but I didn't scare them away. So let's go to our next mind player.
Hi, I'm Ethan Eichstedt Anderson, and I'm playing Philip J. Wilson, also known as Agent Tidings from the U.S. Coast Guard. I think my favorite part was Jordan's anxiety over the outhouse.
Yes.
That wasn't my favorite part. That was a very stressful part for me.
I believe we also got a YouTube comment on that.
Yes, no, that was from our latest Patreon subscriber who was make
right.
sure to check all the outhouses this session.
That was on Discord. You're right.
So now that's part of the canon. Like we're gonna that's gonna be a running gag. Always check the outhouse. And last but not least, our most famous mind player, our award nominated and winning mind player can sign in here.
Oh, hi. I'm like, wait, what? Me? No. I'm Sarah Babe, professional podcaster, also voice actor on
voice maker person.
I say words.
There's more involved.
Right. On plot points and also in Counterparty. And I am playing Juniper JJ Jackson Woods, otherwise known as Agent Tango. And she is part of the National Park Service as a federal archaeology program member who makes sure if you're digging in the woods and you find a skull, I verify what it is.
And what was your favorite part from last time?
Oh, right, yeah.
Or most memorable?
Most memorable.
Because favorite always implies like this was a good memory, and sometimes they're not.
Right. I really liked the argument of why are we bothering to look at this? Let's just burn it all.
I don't need to see what it is. It's bad.
Like it's not gonna be good either way. So that was really fun to see the characters argue about like, well, what if it's a little girl? I'm like, what if it's that full of protomatter? Like that was a really good, memorable moment for me last time.
I wouldn't put it past Rob to be like, congratulations, team, you just killed an innocent. Live with that.
Well, that's where the morality, that gray morality that Tawny's talking about comes in, and Delta Green, and that's something that definitely happens in most Cthulhu Mythos games. But Delta Green really leans into it in a very sort of conspiratorial way, and there is that sort of classic thing of in these games. Oh, we found this ancient book. Who wants to read it? And everyone is like, not it. I'm not. No. And that's part of the fun because it's such a flip from what you expect out of a game that you've been taught, like in Dungeons and Dragons, where people are like, no, I want the magic book. No, I want the magic thing. Like it's one of the reasons why I think this style of game has persisted for so long, because it's such a flip from the sort of entryway that so many people have had into this hobby. So now that we've refreshed our memories, it is time to move on to the next case. We begin our investigation tonight, much of the same way that we began our last investigation, where each of the members of T-Cell have been brought into an undescript conference room, or indescript, I should say. I also make words. Indescript conference room in the central headquarters of the United States Postal Service, and everyone has been gathered, and you are waiting quietly for the briefing to begin once again. Now, I don't think we necessarily need to go through the descriptions of everybody, as if people really want those, again, you can go back to the first episode and check those out.
Did we actually give descriptions?
We did a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Were you at that show? I don't remember.
I don't know. Everything after I screamed was kind of.
That's true.
Yeah.
But a familiar face walks through the door. It is, of course, the woman who identified herself as Ms. Green, who gave you the last briefing for your initial Delta Green case. Except this time, she's walking in the door, and she has a short duffel bag with her, like a weekend bag kind of size, and she plops it on the desk.
Like fit a body into its size?
No,
okay,
like
a 2-day.
Yeah, like a 2-day,
like a gym bag.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that size that's like slightly bigger than a gym bag, but not quite a full duffel.
Some clean panties, a clean top.
Right. That's usually what I pack. So I once shot an elephant in my. Never mind. As she walks in, she says, "Well, it's very good to see all of your smiling faces. A lot of times I see less smiling faces the second time around at the opera."
Good morning, Ms. Green.
I trust you've all rested up, had some coffee. You guys, did everybody bring their passports?
Yep.
Well, I know you would, Teaspoon. You're that kind of. You probably have your passport in a Ziploc bag, don't you?
No, it's fireproof.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You never know.
Well, you won't need the passport. Well, you won't need the passports quite yet, but you will be heading out of Dulles International after this briefing, because you're going to be going on the road for your first case. We have cleared the next few days with each of your departments. You're going to be technically part of a joint task force training that most of your supervisors probably saw that on the headline, rolled their eyes, signed off on it, and are like, thank God they're out of my hair, because I know that's what happens. That's what happens when those things come across my desk. But we're sending you to Arizona. So I hope everybody brought some shorts. You'll have a chance to pack and before the flight. But anyway, Jim, do you think you could dim the lights and get the first slide up on the projector, please? All right. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to your travel reimbursement meeting. I am Miss Lime, your trainer. And I like to start off these meetings with some inspirational quotes to help ease the transition from your morning coffee to your morning learning. So if we could flip to our first slide, which says, a mind that is stretched by new experience can never go back to its old dimensions. It's something to consider while you are on the plane ride to our destination. Jim, if we could do the next slide, please. You're going to be flying into Phoenix, Arizona, and then traveling about 40 miles east of Phoenix because our operation is located on the San Carlos Reservation. State Road 70 runs through it, and 13 people have gone missing along the southeastern end of 70 in the past month. These cases share a few details. No signs of violence. The individuals abducted have no known enemies. There are no valuables missing in any of the locations where somebody was taken outside of what that person might have had on themselves. Nobody has claimed responsibility for the kidnappings or the abductions, I should say. And the local authorities do not currently have any suspects. Now, inside this, and she pats the top of the duffel, we've included some dossiers of each of the individual people who have been taken that go into a little more detail than what I'm going to present here. We're just going to do a high-level overview of the missing folks here, and then you got some reading to do while you're on the plane. So, Jim, could we go to the next slide, please?
Miss Green, before you continue, were there any unconventionally valuable items missing from the people?
Nothing that we are aware of. Like,
Okay.
I mean, nobody had any, ancient, any maps of any ancient Indian burial grounds or anything like that.
Okay.
Sorry, native burial grounds. I apologize. All right, so let's look at the disappearances slide. On August 4th, the Kirtleys, Alan and Karen, both of them in their mid-50s, their family car was found abandoned on State Road 70. They were en route to their son's house. Then 2 days later, Felix Royos, a 20-year-old night shift gas station attendant, disappeared during his shift on State Road 70. 4 days later, two men, Ed Stoles and Chris Martin, both of them in their 30s, were fishing the reservoir near State Road 70, and their campsite was left undisturbed. Now, on August 14th, this is an estimated date based on how long they've been gone. We actually have two separate abductions. Rolf Troutner and Frida Allenberg, who were tourists in their 20s. And then Dieter Van Olsen and Vera Van Olsen, who were in their 60s, disappeared at separate points during their visit. I don't know why they decided to go to State Road 70 instead of, I don't know, Disney World or something. But both of their rental cars were found abandoned on the road. And then the most recent abduction we estimate happened on August 27th, and that would be the Begay family. Victorio, Luisa, Paco, and Luca all disappeared from their family farm, which is near State Road 70. Can we have the next slide, please? Fear makes us feel our humanity. Think about that. The dossiers that that have been provided were compiled by both the Arizona State Police and the San Carlos Apache Tribal Police Department. Once you get off the plane, get a chance to go to the bathroom, take a quick shower, we're going to zoom you off to meet with your contacts on both of those forces. If we could have the next slide, please, Jim. That would be Major Frank Garrett on the left and Mangus Colorados on the right. They are the local authorities. And at this point, I think I should probably give you a little bit of background of what exactly you're going into. You see, most of the time when the FBI intervenes in a case like this, the local authorities are not very happy because they feel like that we are taking their toys away. Now, in this case, the cover story that we're going to be giving this cell is that you are all there in support of Teaspoon in her duties as a behavioral unit profiler. That means that, well, I have a little present for you all. And she unzips one of the pockets of the duffel and pulls out four largish Ziploc bags and plops them in front of each of you. And without opening the bags, you open the bags and there are two items inside. An FBI badge with your face, but a different name, and a gun.
Yeah! We get guns!
I haven't been trained in firing firearms.
Good. because for those of you who are not actual federal agents, everybody who is in this room who is a federal agent, please raise your hand.
I mean, sort of.
Teaspoon, you can put your hand up. You are part of the FBI.
I thought you
here.
said who isn't. Apologies.
That's all right.
Not enough coffee yet. Need a second cup.
You're going to need a lot of coffee for this case, I think.
Part of a federal agency, but I wouldn't.
You are
consider myself a federal
for the
agent.
next couple of days. You are going to pretend that you are part of the FBI.
Oh, yeah.
This is, in case you haven't figured, not to dampen your enthusiasm. This is a federal crime that you are going to be engaging in. So what I recommend is A,
Please don't fire it.
don't flash your badge unless you have to. B, definitely don't flash your badge or push around any of the local law enforcement.
Oh.
And C, do not shoot unless you do not pull your gun or shoot unless you think your life is in immediate danger.
So
Because
like a bear.
Worse than a bear. You can run away from a bear.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Climb a tree. Yeah.
This is not the kind of thing that we tend to give out just for fun, but it's part of maintaining your cover because if we send in federal agents without IDs and weaponry, people are going to ask more questions than, why does that agent not know how to properly do a thing? Now, I also want to reiterate that even though your cover is going to be that you are attached to Agent Teaspoon, you are all still equal partners in this cell. Do not, Teaspoon, do not think that you are the lead and that you can start bossing people around. Because we do not need egos to interfere with this investigation. Is everybody clear on that?
Sure.
Crystal.
All right. Jim? So the reason that both of the authorities are involved is the reservation, the crimes are happening on the reservation, but they're also happening on the highway. And therefore, anytime these two fellas get a chance to argue over who gets to investigate something, they're going to take it. So be aware.
Standard with the BAU.
Do they not get along then?
I don't know if there's any place in this country where the tribal police get along with the state police.
Oh.
Teaspoon has it, but anytime there is a jurisdictional question, that often offers an opportunity for the agencies involved with the jurisdictional question to cat swipe at each other, and bring up all sorts of old grievances and things like that. So I apologize. Like, this may be the most dangerous element of this particular case, just because I don't know how. I have no idea of how deeply these two agencies don't like each other. But assume that they're not going to be hugging and kissing each other when you make it out there, and they're definitely not going to be very excited to see outsiders come in. But they're probably going, because we're sending you in as an FBI team. They're going to be on their best behavior because they don't want to get a call from their senator or their governor because they didn't behave themselves.
Well, technically, wouldn't the Apache Tribal Police Department actually not even fall under the federal jurisdiction due to the fact that they're actually their own nation?
They do still fall under the jurisdiction of the. There's lots of
okay.
lots of layers here.
You all can argue and look this up on the plane. I have another meeting I have to get to. Jim, can we go to our next slide, please? So, here are your objectives. We want you to discover the party or parties responsible for the disappearances, and we want you to deal with that perpetrator appropriately. If any of the people who've been abducted are still alive, we want you to rescue them. As far as obstacles go, as I said, I want you to maintain your cover as being part of this task force. And before you leave, we want you to come up with a mundane explanation to give to the authorities that does not involve the unnatural. You get to talk. You're the ones who get to explain whether or not it's swamp gas or a weather balloon or whatever you think will convince Major Garrett and Colorados to get off the case. All right, and let's leave you with our final words of inspiration, if you would please, Jim. When you were born, you cried and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. Does anyone have any other questions?
I do. Is it me, or are your inspirational quotes getting creepier?
Trip, I'm going to go with it's you.
I don't know.
Yes, Teaspoon.
Yep. Has anybody done any sort of behavioral analysis yet of the evidence that has been found, or are we the first boots on the ground other than the local authorities?
I was hoping that you might be able to take care of that while you were on the plane.
Can do.
And yes.
If we're able to rescue the survivors, but we're not able to get the perpetrators, is that okay? Or is the perpetrators first priority?
The perpetrator is the first priority.
Oh.
We can't have whatever is doing this running around. That's why we called you in.
Okay.
It's a hard call to make, but that's why you're here to make it.
Yes, ma'am.
Cut to the flight on across the country, where the team members have their dossiers, split out amongst themselves. Now, I have sent you a link previous to the show that highlights the dossiers that have been compiled. So you can go ahead and review those now.
Can I do something while I'm on the plane?
Sure.
Can I take a map of the area and triangulate the disappearances and try to narrow down the search area for where the suspect might most likely be located or call home?
Sure. If you want to do that, let's see here. What do I want you to either check or roll?
Probably navigate, maybe.
Yeah, I would say, do you have navigate?
I have a navigate of 50.
Oh, cool. So you're able to plot out the map, and it is definitely on the southeastern end of the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And the feeling that you get is that this person persons are on the move. It's not like, oh, they're all clotted around one specific thing. It's that the disappearances are happening, and they keep moving in a particular direction.
Okay.
Anyone else have any questions about the dossier?
What happened to the sheep of the Bega family?
The Begay family? You don't know. That may be a question that you may want to ask when you get to Phoenix.
Okay.
Can I treat this as though it was for example, a serial killer and do kind of a profile on them, on just based on the evidence that we do have and those kind of things?
What are you trying to put together?
just because I've been watching too much Criminal Minds. Just create like a criminal profile of we're looking for a person who is this, so that when you go in to the local police, and you're like, be on the lookout for these types of things. We have like a short list because that's usually what the BAU would do, like they would.
If you're thinking of Criminal Minds, it was a group of white men in their 20s to 30s to 40s that are on a rampage because of male anger.
Right. But normally they give you like they probably work in these types of jobs, or you're looking for someone who is charming or reclusive,
someone who has a vehicle that is not too old but old enough to be believable if it happened to be broken down on State Road 70, charming enough to get strangers to stop for them and help them if they wish to be abducted, probably knows the area pretty well.
Okay. So are you using your psychology to do this then?
I was hoping Hume Int.
Okay. So Hume Int. Let me look this up really quick.
I love Criminal Minds. Just an aside.
Girl, same. Same. I watched it for like a month straight while I was unemployed one time. It was that and Mindhunters. It was a dark time.
All the murder.
It was a dark time.
So the pattern that you kind of pick up is similar to what you might call a tourist killer, in that it might be something of a spree, and the person basically figures, well, if I just keep cruising down the highway, nobody's ever going to catch me, because by the time that I've moved on from this particular, by the time they find the bodies, I'll be long gone.
I do have one question, Rob. What is the date in game? How long ago are the gays presumed missing?
Proceed as if it is today's date, so mid-September.
So like
a month ago.
Okay,
almost
so
a month, yeah.
Half a month.
The only other thing I kind of noticed, a lot of the people in these dossiers are like laborers or skilled laborers. There's a contractor, there's a skilled laborer,
or people that were with skilled laborers.
Right, or like their family. But like, other than the Ohlenbergs, it seems like everyone has some type of labor background.
Even the Ohlenbergs
had military.
They finished their 3-year national service commitment.
Right.
So they at least had those skills. Mm-hmm. So whether...
or petroleum, and big oil.
Well, and there's the... Ed Stoltz, who was a mechanic for Greyhound bus lines, was also the German couple had been traveling by bus. So there might be a correlation there.
True. Traveling by car. But the Begay family, they live
Go back to reading, Jordan. Jordan is trying to see if I'm going to bluff out and be like, oh, they found the secret clue.
I'm really impressed that Rob could tell that via Zoom, because I can't even look at him directly in his face right now.
I'm not sure if
saw me looking at the camera like,
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have a terrible poker face or if you have a terrible or maybe you both do. I don't know.
No, I have really bad poker face.
Other
honestly,
than that, I don't see any connections between.
Yeah, I just keep reading over this stuff, trying to look for something.
The Begays seem like they're the only ones who don't fit, though, because
they're the only ones that are local.
Yeah, they weren't traveling. They weren't, from what it says, they weren't traveling.
This person could be, or whoever is committing this spree could be spiraling. And if we look at the dates.
Am I able to do a, sorry to cut you off, Tony. Keep going, sorry.
No, if we look at the dates, are they moving closer together?
No, the first two are presumed to be just 2 days apart.
4 days.
But it is weird that the estimated dates of the German couple and the Dutch couple are the same, which is weird because if it was some sort of serial thing, it's either A, an accident, or B, they are going completely off book and going back to one person.
Well, they could be escalating. They could be spiraling out of their normal patterns because they no longer feel like they have control of the situation.
Right.
I don't know if this is. Oh, go ahead.
No, you were going first, Tony. Go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know if this is something my character can do or if I have to turn to Teaspoon, but it doesn't actually list any of the jobs that Felix Royos had.
Just skilled labor positions.
Yeah.
Right. But is there a way to check to see if maybe one of those positions was for the roofing company for the curse?
That's probably something that you could find out once you guys are on the ground in Arizona. Like
Fair enough.
the dossier. I'm sorry, the dossier doesn't have that within it, but that may be a lead to follow once you get into town. Go, Jordan.
I think too, it might be a valuable thing to think that the Begay family has 24 acres that they are holding. So they have land on basically the road that all of these killings have been on. So it's good to see how much of their land crosses over with where these abandoned cars were found. And potentially they could be hunkering down in some small little part of their land that they got found out about. And so they took out the family.
That actually sounds like a really good idea, and I was going to bring it up because they don't really fit with everything else. And if you're going to hide, the best place to hide is in a very large ranch where it's going to take a lot of time to find you. And if you've abducted the people that live there and forced them to tell you where the best hiding place is in your ranch, they're going to tell you, especially if they have their children.
Taxi, the maps that you just looked over, is that line of carnage going towards the Begay Ranch?
Rob,
Yes.
Yes.
And as far as we know, there have been no more disappearances since August the 27th.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, are there any other discussions that you want to have with each other before we cut to you meeting with the local law enforcement?
Can I give everyone a short briefing of hey, here's how you fake being an FBI agent in the BAU?
After you do that, I want to
say that it happened.
Yeah. Whether or not any of us retain that information remains to be seen.
Tidings, real quick. Is this gun loaded?
The one you were given?
Yeah.
Check the clip.
I don't know how to do that other than squeezing the trigger, and I feel like that's a really bad idea.
No,
not in a plane.
Not in the plane.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's good outside of the plane either. That's how people accidentally get shot.
I suspect that Ms. Green is at least smart enough not to give you ammunition with the gun, but to not actually give you a loaded gun.
That would be my guess as well.
But it's a great, that's a great
good
scene.
idea, but Trip doesn't know that.
No.
She's just flashbacking to all of the gunshot wounds that she's had to treat before.
I don't want one of those.
I don't want to inflict one of those.
Trip, here's your cover. You're a doctor. You're not an FBI agent. You're an agent just because you have to be. How about that? That way, it's much more believable.
Okay, because I literally...
you're covered. The BAU brings in people from lots of places. A lot of us are doctors.
Because I'm going to be honest with all of you guys, the only gun that I've ever shot is a squirt gun. So I don't feel like I'm qualified.
Okay, we're going to get out. We're one of these in a little bit. We're going to get out to the desert. We'll show you a little bit. How about
okay.
that?
Thank you.
I've seen Indiana Jones. I know how to shoot a gun. We're good.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank you so much, Sarah.
And we cut to the trooper building.
I handed your not loaded gun back to you.
Thank you.
And you meet with Major Garrett and with Officer Colorados. And they are like, and you definitely get the first impression of professional courtesy. Not quite complete disdain, but there is a definite sense of what are these jerks doing here? So Garrett is the first to kind of lead the conversation, and he says, "Well, so this what sort of background? So." I know that y'all are brought in here to make sure that me and Colorado's behave, and that's what that's the sort of thing that happens when you start getting up on 13, 14 people that disappear along the highway. Ms. Mandel, is it?
Mrs.
Oh, well, how you must be a lucky fella. What sort of have you had a chance? Did you have a chance to look over the information that we prepared for you about the missing victims?
We all took some time on the flight. We definitely looked over all of the dossiers that were handed off. Sidebar from out of game. Are we? I should just double check. We're all using like our real names, right? Like I'm Mandel, or like.
I feel like you are probably using your real name because you are the most legitimate person here. Right. I feel like
everybody look it up, you'll actually pop up.
Yeah, I feel like everybody else is probably using a fake name.
Okay.
Like, and I originally had the idea, the kind of jokey idea to steal the supernatural bit where I was going to give you all names of like, oh, you're Agent Starr and you're Agent McCartney, but I felt like that would be terrible. Well, yes, that's why. I can't make you happy. No, just that I feel like
make Tawny Agent Best.
It's not. I felt like it was tonally wrong. Like it's not the black humor that we're going for here. So assume that.
Can we just, for my own personal ability to keep people straight, go with like Agent Bauman?
Yes.
Okay.
But assume that they are using some sort of fake name to cover that.
Okay. Awesome. Then back in game.
I'm gonna go by Agent Jackson.
Okay. Ethan, what's yours again? Sorry.
I want to be Mr. Pink. Yeah.
Ethan, what is it?
Oh, Tidings?
No, your
character name.
Oh.
Your real boy name.
My real boy name?
Yeah.
Ethan.
Philip.
Wilson.
Thank you. Lord
you
almighty.
Just gotta hold on
like
for one more day.
Okay. Back in game. Major Garrett, we absolutely did. We took a moment to go through all of the dossiers. Agent Bauman, in fact, took some time to take a look at some maps and do some triangulation there. We've created a little bit of a behavioral profile of who might be our suspect here. I think we're ready to hit the ground running. I think we'd probably like to start with some of the crime scenes.
Well, how do you feel about hitting the how do you feel about hitting the air running?
That sounds exciting.
Sounds good.
Sounds impossible.
Are we wrangling sheep from helicopters? I'm sorry.
Agent Jackson is a little
the Begay's their ranch in the sheep Sorry.
She enjoys.
She has a
sheep.
background in animal husbandry, you understand.
Right. All right. Well, if you want to go out to the Gay Ranch, I'm sure that Sheriff Colorado's here would be more than happy to escort you and whatever agents want to go out there. And you those of you who have a high Hume Int score, definitely, I'd say 50 or better.
Yeah. Sorry.
You definitely feel Colorado's kind of like tense when Garrett offers his services to escort you.
I'll actually go straight to Colorado's and be like, Officer Colorado's so nice to meet you. I am absolutely fascinated by Officer Colorado's.
Sheriff?
I'm not talking to the sheriff.
Sheriff Colorado's
is sheriff.
Yes.
Okay, I said sheriff then. I didn't mean to.
Yes. No, I get it.
So, Sheriff Colorado's, fantastic to meet you. I have an absolute fascination with the Apache Nation. They are just some awesome artifacts, and I would be very privileged if you could lead us to the Begay Ranch. That would be absolutely lovely. I'm just doing my best to be nice as I'll get out.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. I'm very sorry that I was not able to wear my complete tribal headdress to this meeting.
I didn't.
But I've unfortunately have been banned from doing that after I did that the last time that Major Garrett and I had an FBI task force here to help us with our investigation.
Seriously? Because that's great.
I will also say the BAU is nothing if not a bit different from most of our other task forces.
Is he being serious or was he being sarcastic?
It was probably being sarcastic.
Anybody with that same human score of 50 or better, he was definitely being sarcastic.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sorry, okay. I have an archaeology background as well, so I get really excited about different cultures, and sometimes I'm not able to express. Sorry.
If you can't tell, they sent us out with a bunch of scientists to work on this stuff, with only a few of us being real agents, as some of us put it.
Oh, man.
They at least used the word auxiliary in front of agent, so
I figured it's too obvious that,
some of us aren't.
Yeah. So I figured
you're like, I'll be the dick. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm playing the I can't be stupid if I don't talk game.
Sheriff, if I could ask your opinion, do you think that there'd be more forensic evidence at the Begay Ranch or at the sites on the highway?
Well,
we haven't more familiar with the area.
We haven't really taken the opportunity to canvass the ranch for evidence. I've probably I know that we should probably go talk to Rope, because he'll know if there's anything weird going on at the ranch. That's the Ropes are the Begay's neighbor. So if he's seen anything, spooky like strange lights or aliens or anything like that, he'll be the one to tell us that.
Strange lights. Like there'd be aliens.
I would love to
the folks with that same human score, when Tango starts laughing about aliens, that's when you feel Major Garrett kind of bristle.
Yes.
I'm gonna just stop talking.
We would just greatly appreciate your assistance there. I understand.
Well,
they may not take.
I think you may have
coming onto the res.
I think you may have that backwards, Agent Mandel. I'm appreciating your assistance, and that's my main concern with bringing in the bureau. Is that usually we're the lead investigators. You are the ones who are following and assisting us. I want to make that perfectly clear.
We like to think of it as a partnership.
You can think about it however you want, but there's only one person who wears the pants in the family, and it's us.
It's a good point. So all the dossiers were given were written by stuffy corporate types back in headquarters. Do you have any, more local takes than any of the missing people? Something that they wouldn't have told us?
Let's see.
Or something only locals would know.
Well, I can tell you that we had intended to investigate the Begay Ranch, but we were held up for some reason. And so since we are still working on the paperwork for that, and he's definitely looking at Colorado's as he says this, our next approach was to go up in the chopper and see if we could find any more evidence from the air. Any of you been in a chopper before?
Many a time.
I have.
I've ridden a motorcycle.
That's
All right.
Oh my God.
Well, so if any of you folks want to come with me so we can do an aerial survey of some of the sites, I will be greatly appreciative for an extra set of eyes. Otherwise, anybody who wants to go with Sheriff Colorado's and help him with their investigation may certainly do so.
Agent Wilson, I think you might be uniquely suited to a trip in the air.
Taxi, you've done
Agent
air
Bauman
work before.
also, possibly.
I have.
Agent Bauman?
It's his
Bowman.
nickname.
Bowman.
Bowman, thank you.
But yes,
Archer.
I will.
All right.
I will-
So who is going on the chopper trip? And raise your hand. And then everybody else is going with Colorado's?
Yep.
Okay.
I
The
just feel like
ladies
y'all
with
probably have better.
Colorado's.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
y'all probably have
Oh,
better.
boy, girl. Yay. All right.
It's
Like,
Colorado.
Wait.
You guys
Mary.
rock, paper, scissors to see where Tango goes.
Like, let me
It
just.
makes more sense for you to be on the ground. I think.
Are all of the
Yeah.
human intelligent characters going with Colorado's and
Yep.
all of our blunt, probably not
Instruments.
as pragmatic people going with
Yeah.
Garrett? So that's great. That's cool.
so good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
That's
it's
awesome.
every
You guys-
episode has to
you
have an
guys join us.
outhouse moment where we
I
can't handle.
If you
Like, we
guys
set
see
that up
any
in the pilot.
outhouses from the air, let me know. But I'm more likely to be able to actually check the outhouse from the ranch.
So we cut to Colorado's in his SUV with Teaspoon and Trip and Tango. And he's been pretty quiet on the drive out to the ranch. But as you pull on to State Road 70, he says, I don't like the Duke.
Huh?
I assume you mean Major Garrett.
Yeah. The officer doing his best John Wayne impression.
Oh, that was an awful John Wayne impression if that's what he was going for.
I don't even know. He puts the hat on and suddenly he thinks his spurs are jangling, and
I've seen his type before.
well, I see his type constantly because that's basically everybody who's part of that damn organization.
Ugh. That's so tiring. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. The sooner that we get behind whoever's doing this or find those people, the sooner you all can get the hell out of here.
That's fair. We definitely don't want to gum up the works of your business and what you've got going on here.
Well, you've already done that, but I know
To be
that
frank, we're brought in as a last resort. We don't prefer to have to take care of these types of problems, but they are an issue, and we are uniquely fitted to handle them, and we have before, and we will again.
I just nod.
Cut to
I thought it was going to make me roll something.
the taxi and I honestly don't remember.
Tidings.
Taxi and Tidings getting into the chopper.
Get to the chopper!
And I think we actually have a moment where Tidings maybe like forgets the like.
He's not driving it.
Yeah, so you're like on that side, and then you're like, wait. Yeah. And Garrett is like, no, you know how to fly one of these things?
Yes, indeed.
Well, shit. That'll save me some overtime from my pilot. Come on in. Let the feds pay for it.
God.
Does this mean we're in danger because now Ethan has to roll, whereas before we didn't have to roll?
We were going to be fine, and then...
I mean, it depends. Ethan, what's your helicopter skill?
Yeah, what is your helicopter skill?
That'd be pretty good.
70.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't...
Nice.
Like,
Nice.
he does not have to roll, at least not until I throw the Shoggoth at him.
Oh, good. Everyone loves a good Shaga.
But I would like folks in the helicopter to give me a...
Please don't be human int. Please don't be human int. Please don't be human int.
Search roll.
Oh, search. That makes sense.
Wait, did you say not in the helicopter?
No, in the helicopter. So
okay.
what levels of search do you two have?
I have the basic 20.
Okay.
I have the basic 20.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
But
what have we done? I thought you were like search and rescue, Ethan.
No.
No,
I got
the other ones.
A 91.
He's more on the rescue side.
Ooh,
Whole lot of nothing.
I got a 29.
Oh,
Still
bummer.
not good.
So the two of you both
See
get
nothing.
to, the two of you both get to check your search skill, and Garrett is the one who says, "Wait, go back, or slow down, over there, see?" Over the headsets, and the final shot that we see as the helicopter pauses in midair, looking down from it, is the roof of a car sticking out from the desert. And that
I've seen this episode of Bones.
is where our first act will conclude for our show tonight. So please come back in 10 minutes to see where the next step takes us. And welcome back to our second act of our second episode of Delta Green. Now, when we last left our investigators, they, of course, had split the party because that's how they roll. And two of the agents, Taxi and Tidings, had discovered a buried car in the Arizona desert, while Teaspoon, Tango, and Trip went with the sheriff to the Begay farm, which was the most recently disappeared people that they're investigating. So let's cut back to the folks with Sheriff Colorado's.
You probably don't know about the thing yet.
No, you don't know about the thing yet.
Okay, good.
That
sounded not at all bad or scary.
Oh my gosh, what if we get pulled into the dirt? Wouldn't that be great?
Don't
Quicksand
say it like
is not as dangerous a thing in real life as it shows you in movies and television.
Yeah. All you have to do is
I don't know. I just watched The
calm.
Princess Bride, and it looks very real.
Isn't that a John Mulaney joke?
I mean, The Princess Bride is a documentary that happened in real time. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
RUSs? I don't believe
Bro,
you.
ROUSS.
That's when the cat jumps in off the screen. The sheriff's SUV pulls up to a rundown farmhouse. And he gets out and stretches. He gestures across the highway to a flat stretch of land and says, well, that's the Begay Ranch, or at least part of it. But I figure before we really start to, I mean, that's 200 acres. It's going to take us a while to walk that. So we should probably see if John Rope has anything to say about it. And he walks up to the crusty old door and knocks on it. Waits. Who is it? It's Sheriff Colorado's. Come on out and say hi to my new friends, John Rope. And this weathered old native man comes out wearing a button-up work shirt, like faded with embroidery on the pockets, sort of that straw cowboy hat.
Yeah. Those are the best kind of cowboys.
And he stoops as he walks. Who are they? Well, they can introduce themselves, but they're here to help us find the Begays.
Mr. Rope, we're pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Agent Ellis Mandel of the Behavioral Analysis Unit of the FBI. These are my associates, Agent Jackson and Agent Rep. And we'd really appreciate your assistance in helping to find your neighbors.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Is this a joke? And I wouldn't bring... Do you know me to be the kind of people, the kind of person to joke around about stuff like this, John Rope? No? Don't know why you'd call the feds out for some missing sheep, though.
Mr. Rope, I'm not sure if you're aware of the gravity of the situation here. The entire Begay family has gone missing along with a number of other individuals over the last month.
Wait, the sheep are missing? How long have they been missing?
No, they're sheeple.
I'll punch you through the internet. I swear to God, I'll do it.
This is how Ethan gets buried out in the desert.
Not the desert, Rob. They're going camping, not in the desert.
That's what she's telling him. They're gonna be in the car, and then she's gonna be like, "Hey, does this rank smell like chloroform?" And that's when they go to the desert.
That's fair. Okay. Why'd you give it away, though, Rob?
He's on mute. He can't hear us.
It's not how mute works.
I don't know technology. I leave that to Brad.
Sorry, I missed that. What was going on?
We're definitely going just, down south about 40 minutes for a hiking trip.
Anyway. Sheep have been going missing about every few daes for the past 2 months or so.
How many sheep?
Victorio said that he was going to sit out on his porch and try to keep an eye out for whatever's been taking him.
He said,
I see.
Is there a large population of predators in this area that might be interested in the sheep? Maybe a large population of wolves or...
Well, maybe the coyotes, but I don't know. Most of them have been scared off by folks with rifles like Victorio. Not worth it unless the sheep wanders off the ranch.
Yeah, coyotes generally won't attack something that's in a large herd. They'll go after the weakest one that's going on and separate them from everyone else and then attack them. And they always attack in groups because individually, coyotes definitely aren't creatures that go off by themselves because they are really, they are of the canid family, but they
Go.
don't.
Agent Jackson.
Oh.
Thanks for the information.
Sorry.
You don't get out of the office much.
No, sir.
Pretty
Well,
stoked I'm
I
not
mean-
there right now.
She spends much too much time not in the office, if you will.
What is everybody's search?
40.
Also 40.
Okay. 20, 40. Everybody give me a search roll, please.
Oh boy.
Find an outhouse.
Yeah.
There's
an outhouse.
That's the entry that she types in at the beginning of every game. Find outhouse. And then
I got an 18. I got an 18, Rob.
I got a 71.
I got a
20.
39. Boo, yeah.
all right.
Dice
So,
fail.
you get a skill check on yours, Teaspoon. And Trip. Missing sheep. Huh? I wonder if those have anything to do with it. And you see in the distance of back on the land of the Begay Ranch, birds circling.
Oh, that's not good.
Vultures or
Yeah,
crows?
Tango, you recognize them as vultures.
Those are vultures.
If we're looking, we should probably start there.
I can see why you brought them along, says John Rope. Cut to
I'm gonna ask more questions.
Tidings and Taxi and Major Garrett are you see the roof of a car, and which are your strength? Actually, which are your strength rolls? Like, what is your strength characteristic, Tidings?
60.
What is your strength characteristic, Taxi?
You mean the times 5?
What? Yes.
It's 70.
Okay. So the two of you have been kind of like, walking around this buried car roof, and Garrett comes back from the chopper with a pair of shovels, and he hands one to you, Taxi, and is like, well, let's get it started. And he digs in and starts shoveling. Can I get search rolls from you gentlemen again?
Right.
Like, tee.
Worked out so well last time. Nope.
Just roll good.
Nope.
Too bad you
Okay.
can't double
Yeah.
them.
Um,
We really split the party badly. Go team.
Well,
Yeah,
I didn't have search either. I just got lucky on that roll.
I probably didn't need to go on the helicopter while we have Agent Tidings over there.
Better to have some backup that knows the lowdown, though.
Suppose.
And like, of all the people, you and me are probably most familiar with air travel. You a little bit more since you've been in space. So,
There's no
Space
So-
isn't air travel. There's no air in space.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
you have to get through the air to get to space. Sorry, I'm done.
So you dig a hole down along one side, and your shovel clunks about like 2 feet down, and you realize, oh, you've hit the hood of the car, and so you scrabble off some of the dirt, Taxi. Well, actually, what do you do? Do you peer in the car? Do you bang the shovel on the thing? Like, what are you looking inside?
Yeah, first I'm definitely checking around to see if there's anything that I don't want, what's his name, to see.
Garrett?
Garrett, yeah.
There isn't anything obvious. Like there's no weird markings or anything like that.
So yeah, I think I pull out I assume I have one. I pull out a little flashlight and I'm peering into the car, trying to see if there's any survivors, anything that's of note. And if I don't see anything, then I keep kind of sifting away the sand and the dirt. And
there is.
I don't like it.
Definitely somebody inside the car.
I don't like it.
And you see a body with its head tilted down, slumped forward on the steering wheel.
Am I able to tell? Well, first of all, am I able to tell that they're dead, or if they're alive?
They are you doing anything hey, hello? They're not moving or anything like that.
Well, yeah, sure. I'll do a hello. Are you okay?
Did you find something? Says Garrett.
I believe I did. I don't think you're gonna like it.
Just break the window.
I can do it. You ain't gonna like it.
So, yeah. After calling out, nothing. I assume. Yep. Yeah. So I bring him over and I mention to him, there is a dead body in this car.
Is it just one? Sorry, I'm not there.
Oh, Garrett will ask that. Just the one?
Let me check. Is there just one?
He just drops out of the frame and then is yep, just the one.
Yep.
Give me another search roll, please.
Yeah.
I think I know who it is.
I got a 93.
Okay.
Jesus H, Tony.
Wow, you suck at that.
Swap with the dice for Tawny, because I know that she gets
All right.
Can you use alertness?
Hey,
athletics?
Alertness is high.
Hey, Wilson, why don't you go back to the chopper and go ahead and radio in for probably a backhoe. Maybe send a couple other units out here. We're gonna have to dig this thing out.
I asked Garrett if buried cars in this area is a common occurrence.
No.
Boy. So this is a first?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say common. First as I can recall.
How do you suppose this happened?
I don't rightly know.
Well, following your lead, you wear the pants, as you said.
Ooh, dirty.
Cut to.
As an interesting fact, there are at least 4 buried cars in front yards in Milwaukee. You're welcome.
I'm assuming
Milwaukee.
there probably aren't any bodies in them.
Oh, that you know of.
I haven't checked.
Trick question. The cars are actually made from dead bodies.
No.
So as I'm radioing it in, I'd probably actually call them first and then radio in to actually get a backhoe.
Please.
Okay.
Just in case.
Who do you
So,
call?
so Tidings picks up the radio and then stops, busts out his cell phone, and we cut to the other team on the Begay Ranch. The only sound you can hear is the of Teaspoon's phone, because you three, or the 4 of you, the 3 of you and Sheriff Colorados, are looking at what is likely a mass grave site.
Oh, good, great. Yes, perfect, awesome, great.
I
I
pull
have
out
skills
my.
for that.
Agent
I mean, I
Mandel.
do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely answer the phone. This is Mandel.
We have a buried body in a car out here.
We're going to need some time before we make our way out there. We have found what appears to be a mass grave.
We won!
Trip just pulls out a
So,
stress ball and is
Jackson.
like,
How can you tell how many? Like,
You're guessing probably around 26.
Are they all human?
Are you poking around in them?
Yeah.
I
'Cause it-
am.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't do that yet.
I put gloves
I'm wearing
on. I
gloves.
brought my equipment.
Looks to be
Yeah.
around 26, Agent Wilson.
I got my shoes bagged. I got everything going on here.
Yeah. We're not dumb.
Okay.
well, I got one.
We need to take
So-
pictures first, y'all.
did.
What is your natural world
Mine?
ability? You know what? I don't think you need anything. So, the majority of the graves, as far as you can tell, because I'm assuming that. Hold on.
If it helps, I have doctorates in behavioral analysis and sociolinguistics.
Not natural world. What is it?
survival?
Archaeology or anthropology?
Yeah.
I
What
do
do you
have
have?
anthropology.
What do you have in archaeology?
I have a 15 archaeology.
Nothing in archaeology. I have 40
Okay.
in anthro.
I have
Ma-
0, but I have 60 in medicine.
What
which
about
is like
forensics?
forensics? I also have 60.
I have
Okay,
20 in
so-
forensics.
You can stay on the phone because the experts are here.
Just to rub my hands together, ready to get in there.
Oh boy.
That's what I'm here
Yes.
for.
Bones.
Well, that's what you find, Tango.
So they look less
Majority-
than fresh.
The majority of the graves are sheep bones,
Okay.
except for the large one. And Trip, that's when you find
2 sheep.
human bones.
Okay.
And by your reconstruction of it, there are probably 4 skeletons in this mass grave.
We're looking at 4 deceased individuals here, definitely human. What would I say the age ranges are on these bones, Rob?
Check the
Wha-
hip bones.
What is your
My
forensics is 50?
My forensics is 60.
60. Oh, well
Yeah.
then. Hold on a second.
I knew I was going to be medicine, and I was like, let's go all out. Let's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
really dominate those tracks here.
Age ranges probably 2 adults, 2 kids.
On one of the adults, usually you can identify
Male or female.
male or female
based
by
on the
the
hips.
pelvic bones, and if they've given birth, if there's any specific separations in kind of the bones. Is one of them male or female?
Yes, you'd say 1 adult male, 1 adult female, 2 male
Adolescents?
adolescents.
What's the decomposition looking like on these
It's just the bones, isn't it?
Yeah.
bones?
So either they haven't been dead very long or they were clean.
Well, what's the decomposition rate in the desert, though? How long would it take to strip?
You
On the
go
list
ahead
of
and get.
things I don't know.
So,
Yeah.
well, but because
That's
you
my
have,
question.
because you are the expert, and because that way we can keep the plot moving. These probably did not decay naturally.
Okay.
Is there anything in the actual cranium, or is all of the brain matter gone as well?
They're just the dry bones.
It's just the bone.
Hmm.
Damn, that's thorough.
So
Can we determine if there's any marrow in the bones still, or
That would be
Yeah.
something you probably have to get to a lab.
yeah,
Okay.
crack them open.
You also you find something unusual.
which you?
Tango.
Okay,
There are coyote tracks in the area,
yeah.
but none of the graves have been dug up.
So they've been purposely left open.
No, the graves were filled in, like they were lumps of earth.
Okay.
But whatever coyotes have been in the area didn't dig up, hey, free sheep,
So that would indicate that the sheep were buried, just the bones as well.
That's a supposition, but it's definitely
Right.
weird.
Sheriff, have you ever seen anything like this?
Did the coyotes even walk over the graves?
Yes.
That's weird. Super weird.
I would like to look at Sheriff Colorados and just ask if he's ever seen anything like this.
No. Nothing like this.
This decomposition of the bones doesn't make it seem like this would be the Begay family. However, the laying ends with the accompaniment of the sheep grave. It leads me to believe that this could be somebody that purposefully cleaned the bones off and then buried them. If this is the Begay family, we would have to do tests to confirm it via DNA.
Dental records as
Would
well.
anthropology give me anything here? It's the study of, I just looked it up because I wanted to make sure. It's the study of living human cultures to understand morals, religious beliefs, customs, and mores, and to identify obscure languages.
There's nothing that anthropology is necessarily going to tease out from this.
Okay.
Although Colorados walks over to the grave that Trip is standing by, and he crouches down, brushes off something, and pulls out a rifle.
Torios?
It's his rifle.
That's them.
They buried him with
You mind
the
if
rifle.
I ask if it was loaded?
He ratchets the bolt open. Empty.
Can you tell if it was fired?
No, I don't have an old Indian trick for it to.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, sir. I'm not very good with guns. For all I know, if there could have been like gunpowder on the handle.
If it's an older gun, it's going to look like it's been fired anyway due to the rifling that's inside of the barrel.
It's also been
buried.
It's also been buried, so there's
no
there's no point of.
Okay.
It's moot
But
at this point.
If the idea is that he was sitting up on the porch waiting to take out some coyotes, and it ain't loaded right now.
We cut to and meep 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 as the car gets raised out of the pit, and Garrett and Tidings are looking at it, and I think, and Taxi's there too, but I think you get the feeling that Garrett was like, yeah, you go shovel that stuff, and he kind of did a little bit and then backed off until the backhoe and all the heavy equipment got there. So you're kind of like drenched in sweat.
Yeah. I feel like I have my jacket off, my tie is loosened, and my sleeves rolled.
Where are you from? Bowman? Says Garrett.
I'm actually a good old Texas boy.
Really? And you're sweating like that in this heat?
Well, it's not nearly as hot in Texas as some people think. It's actually quite nice.
They move the car over and lower it back down. All right, one of you boys want to do the honors?
Are we going in just through the door, do we think?
Yeah. Try the door first before we crack a window.
Okay. Let's go try to open the door.
Ka-kunk. It opens, and the worst smell you have ever smelled punches you in the face. Can give me a Constitution roll?
Both of us, or just him?
Just Ethan, because he's right there.
I'm good.
Okay. Because like the rest of you are far enough away to just be like, oh, whoa.
We caught a whiff.
Yeah, you caught a whiff, but he was like, the fresh scent of a dead guy buried in the Arizona desert for
like 3 weeks at the very
right.
least.
Can
I reach in and pop open the glove compartment and check the registration?
Over him?
Well, I'm sure. My
around
thought
the
was I
passenger
would,
side.
open the passenger door.
Okay. It's like, that's great. Just lean right over the stench screen.
wafted.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Go ahead. Actually, Ethan, go ahead and give me a sanity check too.
While he's doing that, can I check the trunk?
I rolled a 90, so no.
Okay, so go ahead and take 1 point of sanity loss because it was literally that bad.
It's like hanging out near the tannery in the Menominee Valley.
The registration that you find, there's nothing in the trunk.
Okay.
The registration that you find is for a Kenneth Braverman. Looks like out of Houston, Texas, of all places.
Oh, well, look at
that.
He's not on the list of missing.
And Tidings, you're in the front seat, right?
Yeah.
The reason that he is slumped over the car seat is because his intestines are sitting in his lap.
I'm really glad we got the sheep.
I'm a trauma paramedic. I probably would have been like, oh, that's not great.
Is his seatbelt still on?
Oh, interesting question. No.
I'm just trying to determine if he was driving when it happened.
Do either of you have forensics?
Nope.
Is there some possibility that either I or Trip should go over there?
The other people point at stuff and then I take care of it.
Yeah.
We might have had time after we got the call.
Well, this may be something that you call in to and maybe say, let's go back to the hotel where our friends the police aren't listening.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might have been a good idea to check out the scene, but
can I assume we have communication like cell phones? Can I call?
Did you take 20 points in carrier pigeon?
No.
do we have...
No, you have cell phones. I was saying with Tony.
Oh, I was like, wait.
Appreciate that y'all took that seriously.
Yeah, Tony was like, oh my God, why didn't anybody tell me that in session 0? You guys are a-hole.
This isn't Cthulhu. I figured we'd have phones. No, that's good.
Oh my God, that was great.
It's actually kind of funny. I'm going to go off on a quick side tangent here. One of the weird things that I encounter as a game designer is people who don't understand how to do modern horror games. Like they're like, well, everybody has cell phones, so why can't you just take a picture of the Loch Ness monster and that'll be the end of it? Like just upload it on YouTube. And it's like, do you not know how the internet works? Like like anytime there's fake news and
Photoshop and deep fakes. Deep fakes are a big thing. Like
land of no G's.
Right.
Look at you, Wasa.
Bernstein Bears.
Right.
But I would like to specifically call Trip and inform her of a dead body with his intestines in his lap.
If only you had some kind of photo device that...
Oh, no, I'll send her pictures, but I'm, like, giving her a heads up, like, this is what you're about to see. And ask her if there's anything in particular I should be looking for or paying attention to.
Hey, get me a little bit closer of a shot of the exit on the intestines and see if there's anything coming from the back.
I get up. I assume I'm holding up like a thing, and I
Yeah.
and I snapshot.
Mask up.
Next time, bring a little bit of lavender. You can put it on the inside of your
Mask.
not your mask, on
Vicks.
your
Vicks Vapor Rub.
yeah. And like then sometimes you can just duck into your collar for a second to get like a nice smell before you have to go back in.
Luckily, Tidings is the one who got the tidal wave of smell.
That's true.
You just sit in it, you get used to it eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not great for your trauma response.
Tidings just sits in the passenger seat.
I feel like Tidings has seen more things than we think.
this is my
Yeah,
life
that's fair.
now.
Trip, you find something interesting.
Do I?
In the body, there are multiple like needlepoint style wounds. Like somebody took like a syringe and like went to
Jab.
town.
Okay.
And there are similar wounds in some of the carcasses that you found
For the
But you can
sheep?
see them on the bones.
on the ranch.
The
I
people
thought
or
they
the
were all
sheep?
bones, though.
Well, there are some sheep that are still a little mushy, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
But even within the bones, you see that there are some bones that share those same markings.
Okay.
Can I tell GM if they're exit or entry?
It's
Hard to tell.
hard to tell from
Okay.
like you can see them, but it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to tell if they're coming or going.
Okay. Thanks for the pictures, Taxi. Is there anything else with my experience that I would think to search for on that body, Rob?
Actually, give me a forensics roll.
Okay.
Are there any organs missing?
Yeah, that type of deal. Or if there's anything like trauma related that I would want to look at in particular. So I got a 14 out of my 60.
Fork, yeah.
I'm liking these dice today.
So
Damn.
there's something that looks weird on the pictures, and you realize, and you have a moment of like,
Oh, was I covering the? Sorry.
no, like you're gonna have to ask to confirm a suspicion that you have. You're gonna need Taxi to reach in there and check
Taxi?
something for it.
Yeah.
Hey, don't hate me. Are you
Okay.
wearing gloves?
Do I have gloves, Rob?
Yeah.
I have gloves, and I'm assuming I'm going to have to put them on.
Yep. Get Tidings to hold your phone. I'm gonna need you. Okay, what's the non-technical term? You see the thicker intestine that's sticking out right where it's meeting the smaller intestines.
Unfortunately, yes, I see that.
So the best way to get an entry to look inside, you're going to want to put both your hands, your fingers in, and you're
Mhm.
going to want to get a good wide shot of in there. So make sure to get your fingers in and press aside a little bit. I need a little bit of a better picture.
Alternatively, you could just pull the intestines out completely.
That sounds unwise. Evidence is a thing.
I think Thomas does it, but as he's doing it, he's just like, pretend you're in space. Pretend you're in space. Pretend you're in space.
Think of spaghetti. I don't know if that'll help, but somebody once told me that one time.
So I want you to make a
feel like that
sanity
makes it worse.
roll there, Taxi.
Okay. All
Like,
right,
thinking of
sanity
spaghetti sounds like
roll.
it makes it worse,
Rolling
because then
under my
you'll
Yeah.
current.
spaghetti
Because then you
the same
can't
way
eat
again.
spaghetti ever again. Like it's done.
Yay, I did
It's a
it.
doctor joke.
Crap.
I know.
I switched dice and it worked.
Okay,
Yay,
so
see?
you lose
You see?
0 sanity.
Oh, cool. Thank
This is what
God.
happens when you swap dice.
And Taxi confirms your suspicions, Trip. His lungs are gone.
right. So
That explains why he wasn't breathing.
Oh boy.
But like, and you and both you and Taxi and Sheriff both kind of have a moment of, okay, his lungs are, or his intestines are in his lap. His lungs are missing. Where is the blood?
yeah.
Like, this thing should be covered in dried blood, and it is not.
Not showing up anywhere. Okay.
At least not in the proportions that should be there. Like, this should be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it is not that.
This should be.
It's looking like this body may have been moved. I think we should take the evidence that we have and take a chance to review it before we continue on.
Or it was desanguinated before the lungs were removed.
I think we should form up at the hotel.
So, Trip, how would you like me to proceed with the body?
From photos, can you tell if the cut was done after death, post-mortem?
We should be able to by looking at it a little bit further. Or if I get a chance to get into the morgue, I think it's safe for them to take the body and move it to the morgue at least.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not saying it's a chupacabra, but it's a chupacabra.
Exsanguination is their preferred method of.
We're dealing with sheep, not goats.
That too.
They're so similar, man.
I think they're technically
one
very
goes
different.
bah, one goes nah.
Okay, should we form up at the hotel though?
If it stops this conversation, yes.
So you I'll pop back to the Motel 6 because you're government contractors.
The FBI does not pay that well.
Right, they are not right.
As long as I have a slice of cherry pie and a damn fine cup of coffee, I'm
and
good.
if it's a small area,
Dean.
they probably don't have great hotels in the area either.
No.
Fair point.
Well, actually, it depends if because you're about 40 miles west of or east of Phoenix. So you could stay there, but you probably want something that's near the res.
Mm-hmm.
But what's interesting, Agent Mandel, you have something waiting for you when you arrive.
Who the hell knows we're here?
What's in the box?
Oh, it's not a box.
Oh, thank God.
No, it's
Gwyneth Paltrow. Okay.
It's a gift bag.
It has a unicorn on it and flowers.
Oh no.
And there is a handwritten note attached to it.
Oh boy.
Do you look inside the gift bag? Or do you read the note?
Or do you give it to somebody else to open?
This is weird. You open it.
Can I
who has the best charisma or constitution and or dexterity?
Does it look like it could have an explosive inside of it? Or,
it's too small for something like that.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, I read the note
You can make
first.
a lot of small things explosive.
Well,
I would like to read the note first then.
well, the note is handwritten.
Oh, good. Of course it is.
And it says, compliments of your friends at the program. XOXO HST. And with that, we cut to our second commercial break, and we will be back in 10 minutes for the final act of Delta Green. We hope that you join us.
Yep, it'll be just another moment.
You're going to need contact HR.
And we are back for our third act of our Delta Green playthrough. We return in the whoever's hotel room that you've decided is sort of the meeting spot. And Mandel, you're probably holding up the thumb drive, right?
I asked a few questions off stream that I feel like I should put out here.
Okay.
Or there were a couple of questions that I was saved
ask me whatever questions about the so
was the bag in my room?
No, it was at the front desk.
Okay. That's better. Question I asked off stream that I decided I checked the flash drive that was inside the bag before showing it to everyone. And the idea is that there was not anything like personal to me. That
No, nothing personal. Most of the information within the flash drive was like newspaper reports and things like that that were not related to your personal history.
And that is when I called in the rest of the team.
Okay.
Hey, guys. So there was a small bag here, as you see, with the cute little unicorn on it, left for me at the front desk. With this weird little handwritten note containing a flash drive. I've opened the flash drive in secure mode, and there appears to be some more information regarding this case than we had before.
Okay.
It appears that this killer may have run through a lot of different places, including, but probably not limited to, West Virginia, New Orleans,
That takes me home.
Nashville. Yeah, we're at Nashville, New Orleans, and West Virginia. And Houston. Sorry, I skipped Houston. And Tidings, correct me if I'm wrong, was Kenneth Braverman the gentleman that you and Taxi just found inside of that car?
I'm going to tell you yes because I can't remember.
It was.
There is yes, yeah. So he was an officer in Houston who disappeared after investigating the disappearance of a number of prostitutes. Disappearance and murders of a number of prostitutes. He disappeared very shortly thereafter, and his car and license plate were identified on the scene, hidden away inside of drainage pipes of abandoned buildings.
Oh, that's so super labor intensive to get body parts out of drains. Sorry, go ahead.
So I guess what I'm saying is there's been a lot of other cases that are very, very similar to this, and the death toll is rising very, very quickly as we start adding these up.
Are we looking at the same perpetrator across all locations?
Rob, can I use my Hume int to get the feeling as to whether or not it feels like the same person?
Yeah, like,
yep.
Like it's got to be based on the information that you pulled from the drive that this spree goes back.
Yeah,
is much longer and likely one person, which is really impressive.
Trip, yes, I'm getting the feeling that this is in fact the same unsub repeatedly committing.
Okay. Question 2 then. So we haven't found any bodies that were whole except for Braverman, but he was exsanguinated and missing his lungs from what I could see, with a lot of puncture marks that are consistent with something needle-like. So maybe something like a syringe, or if there's some sort of pin type of flat implement that potentially could be something similar as well. Was that noticed?
There's certainly a lot of exsanguination.
Okay.
Definitely some cannibalism going on. Lots of disemboweling.
That's
There's
consistent.
Some indication that some of the previous suspects have died by disemboweling themselves. Rob, can I tell, is what's in here exactly what I get, or was there...
That's what you pull from
Can I run stuff through...
What additional information are you trying to pull?
I'm trying to see, so some of the disemboweling that happened, were those also bloodless? And I do have access to VICAP.
Right. So. Yes. the other disembowelings match what happened to Braverman.
Okay. Everything seems very consistent to the corpse y'all found at the ranch.
No, that wasn't at the ranch, was it?
No, it was on the road. Was it on the land of the Guise, actually?
Which one?
Braverman?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Question. Which check would I have to roll to see some consistency in potential suspects committing suicide when they're confronted instead of potentially giving up the person that's actually doing this? Because if they disemboweled themselves, that would be similar to what's happening to the victims.
Right, and that's weird.
Would that be like psychotherapy? Or
so here's an idea.
Because that's like mental illness type of stuff or disorder. Yeah.
Maybe because you mentioned you saw syringe marks, right? Where something like needles, right?
Syringe or some sort of needle-like object.
Right. What if the victims were injected with protomatter? The protomatter grew, took what it needed out of the body, being the lungs or other organs and the blood, and got to the brain and had them completely disembowel themselves and left through the area that was left through the disembowelment and moved to the next host. We could be talking about a parasite here.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but that usually leaves some type of sign. You can't really pass through a human body without leaving some sort of indication that you were there in most cases. But you're not wrong, but that could
But the desanguination might be the thing.
There's a lot of ways to drain somebody of blood. Yeah.
2 more questions. This note that came with the gift bag, have y'all ever heard of the program or HST?
I mean, we call ourselves the program because we're the Federal Archaeology Program, and it sounds awesome to be like, we're with the program.
But I'm kind of getting the feeling that might not be the program that this is referring to.
Like you were pretty consistent on the protomatter thing, but that was a fastball that went right past you. Yeah,
that would go.
So, Rob, is there something I can roll to find out what's going on with those victims that committed suicide?
Yeah, if you want to give me a psychotherapy roll, you certainly can.
Okay.
Hey, would a history roll help me figure out what the program might be referring to?
What is your history at?
60.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, give me that roll. Trip, you give me your roll too.
I got 43 out of 70 for psychotherapy.
Okay.
32 out of 60.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody's succeeding. Hooray.
Yay!
So what was your question again, Jordan? I'm sorry. I want to make sure I give you the right information here.
So for the victims that committed suicide when they were being confronted, that they may have been victims, they may have been perpetrators that were being part of whatever was going on. Is there anything that we know of or can infer about why they would potentially commit the same things to themselves that's potentially happening to the other victims in this case? And especially if they had also consumed some of the human matter.
Well, what makes the most sense, and it kind of rattles your cage to think about this, is Tango's protomatter story.
Okay.
If this thing is passing from host until host, then if it commits suicide, it can basically play possum until it can pass itself off onto another host.
Like an infection.
Yeah.
So it's communicable. That's great. That's cool. I like that a lot.
Great. Thanks for letting me succeed at that role, Rob. I'm really, really happy to.
That's really good to know because we're all going to be in hazmat suits, guys. In case you're wondering, we're going to get a rundown from Trip this time about how not to accidentally pick up infectious diseases /hosts.
In Arizona in summer, yeah, in hazmat suits. That's going to be great.
I'll give you guys a cool compress that you can break if it gets to be too much. No, I'm not going to actually make you guys do that, but we're going to have that conversation.
I have a story to tell you about hazmat suits and Delta Green off. I will tell you off stream because it's pretty mean.
If protomatter with infection is a thing, would burying an infected person in a vehicle be a way of stopping it?
So that's not a bad question. How old is Braverman's corpse? And did you...
Braverman disappeared. Well, the murders of the prostitutes happened about 2 months ago. Braverman disappeared shortly thereafter.
Did he bring anybody with him?
He murdered his children and kidnapped his wife and fled Houston. His current whereabouts are unknown. Of course, we found his car buried in Arizona.
But we haven't found his wife.
Correct.
Sarah.
Yes.
The only, you can't figure out what the program is, but why would this person sign the card as Harry S. Truman?
I'm sorry, what?
That's what you think the HST means.
And also XOXO. What's with the hugs and kisses? I mean,
he loves himself some FBI.
Well, we do have some history of sexual sadism with the prostitutes he murdered in Houston.
For Braverman?
No, it was whoever Braverman was chasing. Oh, no. Yeah, no, it was Braverman.
The clues
Sorry, I
led
read that
to
wrong.
Braverman.
Mm-hmm. Who was a police officer, but yeah.
Harry S. Truman. Wasn't he involved with the CIA? And don't they call that the program?
I mean...
does anybody have the occult skill?
Yes.
I have 10%.
Yeah, 10. The base 10.
I got the base. Yeah.
I've got 40.
Hey, Tango.
Oh, 40?
Yes.
Give me another roll there, Tango.
Boy.
I got a 99.
Oh no!
So go ahead and
it wasn't 100.
Mark that as a fail.
But she doubled.
That's a critical fail.
She doubled on.
No.
Okay.
No, Rob, we didn't say anything. It was just a normal fail.
Prank caller.
I think she said 99 and a half, and that's not a double.
Sorry, you're breaking up.
I'm going through a tunnel.
I have a stroke.
I'm bed knobs and broomsticking it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Knock, knock, turn.
Are we in my room at least?
Would criminology give me anything here?
No, it's okay.
I'm going to say that we're in Trip's room because she's pinning up photos and looking at shit.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Persuade? Can I persuade my way out of this?
We'll plant that landmine for later. Don't worry.
Oh no.
So hazmat suits, Tango. Let's have a conversation about hazmat suits.
Oh damn.
Oh man.
That's
Would Sig Int give me anything here? It encompasses
For what?
Encryption, communications intelligence, electronic intelligence.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Breaking codes.
No. Okay,
trying to figure out what the program
I'm trying to
is.
break codes.
What are you trying to find out here?
I'm trying to see if there's some kind of code within this message that they wrote.
No.
Damn it.
I will tell you that's weird. HST, Harry S. Truman. That's weird.
What was Harriet Tubman's middle initial?
Well, that feels like a non sequitur, but also so does Harry S. Truman. So,
well, Harry S. Truman was known to have. Oh, can this be my failure on the occult? He was known to have occult parties where they would sacrifice small children and eat their livers in order to keep their world power stabilized.
So
yeah, I heard that on QAnon, so...
Harriet Tubman is actually not her real name, nor does she have a middle name.
Yeah.
So she has a code name, kind of like us?
Yes.
It starts with a T.
They're actually naming Wall Park after Harriet Tubman. They're
awesome.
renaming a county park.
That's well deserved.
Harry S. Truman.
Well, are you worrying about Harry S. Truman, or are you worrying about the case?
Well, first, so just a question: does anybody have anything in history that they could maybe think something up about Harry S. Truman? Make a connection?
Did anybody put points into history?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who did?
I did.
Did you as well, Tony?
No, I have the base 10.
Oh, so Sarah is our knowledge monkey. How many points did you put into history?
60.
Oh no, that's dumb. There. So,
damn it, Rob.
There is hold on a second. If you're thinking about conspiracies,
yeah.
Harry S. Truman is supposedly the person who signed a memo in 1947 that created the organization commonly known as Majestic 12.
Squee! What? Which is known as the program. Oh my gosh! Everything I've ever known about conspiracy theories that has been kept in my player mind for so long has finally clicked into place.
What's the Majestic 12?
The rest of us are in the dark.
Majestic 12 is the mysterious organization of world powers that is running the world. It's like lizard people.
Why did they want me?
They don't want you. They're just saying...
They sent this note to my ass.
Yeah, but they just sent it to you. It just means they wanted you to have it.
Okay, but why?
And
no,
they said
don't
friends.
catch feels just because it says XOXO.
No, what I'm saying is, what do they want from me?
You're on the case. You're the only actual FBI agent on this case.
And maybe
You're
they know
telling me
that.
you don't think they know about our organization?
Oh, I'm sure they do. It's Majestic 12. Lizard people?
I don't know.
Until we see evidence of a reptilian race, slightly humanoid, I'm gonna hesitate on the lizard people thing. But
so, don't worry, it'll be in 2 or 3 episodes. It's fine.
But overarching world organization that's controlling everything, that's more believable.
And it's called Majestic 12 because it's rumored to have 12 members.
From where?
All over the world.
I bet at least one is Bezos.
Can I go through my extensive personal library that I have on my... I am assuming that's at home.
What? Okay. What are you looking for? I don't
was
just
going
want
to try
you
to find traces of the Majestic 12.
No.
Okay.
Wait, what is the name of that guy who definitely didn't kill himself?
Braverman?
Epstein?
Yeah! Epstein was probably a member of Majestic 12.
Ew, no.
Okay.
He's not smart enough. Anyways, is there any way that so here's the thing. Have I been able to deduce whatsoever a little bit better about those pinprick marks on the corpses? Was I able to get into the morgue to examine it more closely or anything?
What are you trying to
So I'm
yeah. Okay. I feel like that might have been something that you were going to go do
after
the meeting here.
Okay, that's fine. Then I can head to do that after.
Okay. But we can definitely run that scene.
Yes.
Is there any other discussion that you want to have as a group before?
Can we have Kenneth Braverman's corpse tested for any traces of drugs? Like if the puncture holes were possibly some kind of...
Where did you find your bag?
It was at the front desk.
Did the front desk, did they have a description of who dropped it off?
Question mark?
Great follow-up skills, Teaspoon. You really tell your FBI training.
And we cut to Trip at the morgue.
Did anybody want to come with me so I
Yes.
don't get stabbed in the back?
Me.
Somebody that hopefully, if you can come, but maybe one person that would stop me from being killed.
I would join you.
Okay.
I have a gun, but I don't know how to use it.
So Tidings will join me. Okay.
But I can come with too?
Yeah, you could come.
Okay.
You guys are both getting a great rundown on sanitation procedure and how not to contaminate any evidence, and you're staying exactly where I tell you to, so if you don't contaminate something, I won't have to kill you. Don't touch the blue table. That's just the number one rule. Don't touch the blue table. It's all sanitized equipment.
Don't get it wet.
Done.
Don't get it after midnight.
So you arrive at the morgue, and you brief with the coroner.
Mm-hmm.
The coroner is very excited to see you. Like, because I think maybe they have this impression that you have like the CSI magic lab back at Quantico, and it's not like you even you as just you know that it's not like we'll send the DNA off and okay, it's back like they do on TV shows. But like he's kind of peppering you about his name is Lawson, and he's peppering you about it's the forensic equivalent of like, oh, you are an aspiring writer, or you've gotten a few things published, and you meet somebody who has like written for a magazine that you love, and so they're very like, so is this? So he's kind of peppering you with questions about that kind of stuff.
I'm also observing his behavior because we're looking at potentially an infectious thing.
Oh.
So I'm observing his behavior
Look at
as
you
well.
being ultra paranoid.
Yep.
So go ahead and give me a
part of the reason why I wanted Tidings to come.
give me a Hume int roll here.
Okay. Switch dice a little bit. Hume int minus 60, and I rolled an 11.
Wow.
That's a critical success.
I'm not going to say anything about my rolling this game until
you're fairly certain that he's just very excited to meet an actual FBI agent.
Okay.
And is kind of being a little like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Okay, I butter him up a little bit.
You should see the carbon dating technology we have access to. It is so amazing.
And I let Tango go off because I know she loves to talk about all that cool stuff, where I mostly stay medical. She might know some actual jargon that he doesn't know about yet.
Right.
Trip just gives people chocolates to make them go away.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
Wait, you gave
but
me a
he
chocolate
says,
last episode.
so, okay. I have to tell you about this thing. So, all right. Oh, who died? So he pulls out the drawer and he flips off the shroud on Braverman with a ta-da! Okay. So I hold my
breath because infectious creature.
So I don't know. Because you were there, right? Agent Wilson?
Yep.
Okay. So did you tell her about the markings?
Which ones?
The puncture wounds.
Bowman was also there. He was the one that let me know about that.
Oh, okay. Well, they're really interesting.
Really?
I mean,
did somebody get hit with a cactus?
No. There's here, and he hands you a he rifles around on his desk for a moment, and he hands you a chemical report. There's a tranquilizer. At least that's my best guess what it is. I don't actually know. I think it's a tranquilizer because it has the same effects, but it's not one that I have ever seen. And I went through, every drug book that we have here.
Does it seem like it has paralytic qualities or just sedative qualities?
I don't know.
Do I need to do a pharmacy check, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do it too. I don't have a good, I have a 20, but I'm going to try.
That's not bad.
Don't leeches have a thing?
Ooh, I failed that one. I got a 73 out of 60.
I got a 7.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
So Tango is it's the Tango show tonight here.
Yeah.
Tango.
So you grab the report out of Trip's hands and start kind of flipping through it.
I used to do this in college. No,
I don't recognize this one. Do you know anything about it, Jackson?
Let me see.
You know that, or from the what Lawson wrote up in his report, it is not a natural substance, nor is it a chemical tranquilizer. It's got to be one or the other. It's either got to be synthetic
or natural.
Or natural, and it is neither.
Is it a combination of the both?
It is neither.
How many tests did you run on this?
4 or 5. I mean, the results kept on coming up the way that they were, and you slap the machine and try it again.
Interesting.
Did you run a cool spectrometer?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I literally cannot explain this. And I don't know.
That was an interesting find.
Well, and I can't even tell you if these are syringe wounds or something else, because I don't recognize, I know they're puncture wounds, but I don't recognize what did them.
Can we look at the puncture wounds underneath a magnifying glass to see if they
have even spacing, or if they're if there's a
pattern
turnout, or if it's a straight puncture? It could have been.
Yeah, sure. Be my guest.
Okay.
I'm specifically looking for is it smooth as far as for the shaft of the incision, or
Was it serrated?
Or is it like serrated?
Yeah.
Are they like, is there a pattern to it? Like specific bones, specific things?
Go ahead. What is your forensic skill?
Mine? Trip will do it. I'll ask Trip those questions.
I'm at 60%. Yeah.
I'll pass it to Trip.
And especially if there's any remaining bio data, if there was anything left behind, anything like a print or sample of leftover evidence. What I also kind of want to see, the lungs were removed. Was anything else removed? And what was the method of removal? Like, was it chewed away? Was it cut away? Was it torn? Those all
okay, so
a bunch of different stuff. I have a lot of questions, basically.
Right. So the cut in his belly was basically made to spill out the intestines.
Okay. Was it like a cut with like a knife? Okay.
The puncture wounds seem like they were made by, like, they weren't syringes. Like, if you had to broadly interpret it, you would say more maybe like a stinger or something like that. Like, basically, like, so, which is weird because in theory, if this is a stinger, whatever it injects into this host should be natural, but the tests are not
conclusive.
They are not coming back with that.
Okay.
The lungs look like they were removed post-mortem.
Post-mortem. And the exsanguination, can we tell if the cut was made before they were drained of blood or after?
Before.
Before they were, okay.
Which means that somebody cleaned that up.
Yeah. So that would have been something caught most of the blood and then moved him into the car to do everything else. And are we able to determine the stinging was going inside, not going outside?
Give me a forensics roll.
Okay. And just in case I have to roll for this too, the stinging, we're pretty sure is a stinger. It's not like needle-like teeth sort of meeting in a middle point. It's just sort of
the thing that you get that it's stabby.
Okay, got it. Stabby. That is a 66.
Oh.
And my forensics is 60.
Oh no.
Go ahead and mark
hell?
So go ahead and mark that fail.
Oh, I should mark the fail for the other
dice.
thing too.
Yeah.
What was the other fail that I failed at?
Burn the heretic dice as Tawny would.
But these were my good dice.
Your other one was forensics.
This is forensics. That one was pharmacy.
Yeah.
I was so sure about this one. This is because I made a comment on my rolling earlier. Never do that to yourself. People listening and watching.
Unfortunately, the state of the body after being locked in a hot box buried in the Arizona desert, you can't get a solid read on whether they were coming out or going in.
Can, just like in general, am I able to tell oh shit. Oh no, I think I might have lost that other thing that I wanted to ask. Wait. It was something that made me think of medicine. Oh, infectious nature of it, do we have anything remaining for that, or do we only get what we see, basically?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Like the infectious nature that we're thinking of for this, is there anything I can determine from that? Or are we thinking that it's probably like not related to the remains of the body any longer?
Oh, you.
I don't know if that counts.
No, I get it. So, having gotten a look at this thing up close,
Mm-hmm.
you get the feeling that it isn't so much an infection
Mm-hmm.
as it is something that jumps
So
from
parasitic.
body to body like a parasite.
Okay.
So, like, you're fairly certain that, like, you don't have to bust out the hazmat suits.
Okay. Not unless we find the current host or hosts.
That is a question for later.
Okay.
So, because you crit failed, I'm going to give you a choice here because you're supposed to take a little bit of damage, and I'm actually going to give Tango the same choice too.
We're just all crit fail in this episode, huh?
Right. So you get to choose whether or not. Actually, I'm not going to give you that choice. Hold on.
Oh no. You don't get to choose which pain you endure.
Right.
That's my favorite line from DMs. Be like, no, you don't give a choice.
So I want two of you, both of you, to roll a d6 and tell me what you get.
Fear. I get fear. I'm afraid.
5.
5?
Yes.
6.
That is how many willpower points that you lose.
Oh, well, that's
God damn it.
fucking.
Because now you're like, we are actually dealing with something that you like. Even the last session, it was like, okay, that thing, it's locked in a septic tank. It can't get us. This thing is here, and it is jumping from body to body, and it is, and like you're just like, it just kind of hit you like, we have to fight this. We have to stop this. How the hell do we do that?
I was joking about the protomatter, but I'm not.
In case anybody's wondering, I currently have 6 willpower points.
Nice.
Yeah, you probably lost about half-seas there with those
That
rolls.
was literally half of my willpower points.
Oh, girl.
This is getting melted. This is a melted dice. Normally you want to roll high, so I feel bad for the dice. How is it supposed to tell if I want it to be high or low? I don't know, but I'm still mad at it.
Like, and this isn't like sanity loss. This is just fear washing over you. Like, how do we stop something like this? Like,
It's the nope stat. Nope.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope, nope.
To be fair, like, I work in a medical profession, and this is literally a parasite that takes over people's bodies and uses it as a host. So
It's like a prion.
I get that Donna would not like this.
Right.
Not her favorite. Cool.
So, is there anything else that you want to do before we cut to the next morning?
Is there anything I can check via biology? I'm pretty sure probably not.
What are you looking for?
Maybe the form that whatever this is takes, if it left any mark. But I don't know if that would be considered biology.
No,
That's more a nature thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have that, so. Okay.
Can I take it upon myself to check security footage to see who dropped off that package?
Yes. Are you basically, Agent Wilson? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and give me a fast talk roll.
Okie doke.
Is that
What is
Or,
that?
persuade?
I keep on jumping between two games. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. either persuade or bureaucracy. Which do you have more in?
Bureaucracy.
What is your bureaucracy?
30.
Okay.
If you want me to come with you, I have a 70 in that.
Well, he's able to pull off the like grumpy FBI guy by going, "I need to see your thing," and this is Johnny.
Just hold it up and be like, "Move."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sir. And the person who dropped off the package was clearly dressed in the like ball cap, dark glasses, hoodie to make sure that they didn't leave any sort of major.
I love Harry S. Truman hoodie.
Yeah. So no defining traits then.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you're able to the footage you say is like they knew that they were going to be on camera, so they wanted to present a blank space there.
Okay.
Okay. So next morning, bright and early at sunrise, there is a knock on Teaspoon's door.
Candygram.
Mongo.
It's Sheriff Colorados.
Okay. I think Teaspoon has probably been up and about for a while and has been running all of the stuff from the hard drive or from the flash drive through like VICAP and just like cross-referencing shit and using the information that Trip and Tango and Tidings came back with and trying to like red pin and red string it out.
Okay.
So yeah, opens the door like with a cup of coffee. Good morning, Sheriff Colorados.
Do you ever sleep?
I don't think I know the meaning of that word.
That's probably why you're so high strung.
I think I'm pretty okay, but
You know who would say that?
Someone who's pretty high strung.
You should come and saddle up, or why don't you get the rest of your posse? We're gonna go talk to some coyote experts.
I can certainly do that. Did y'all find anything else as you were cleaning up the crime scene yesterday?
Just the one-armed man.
He
Sounds
framed
about right.
Harrison Ford.
All right, I'll rally the troops.
Okay. So you all pile into his SUV. And as you're driving out there, he starts talking. He says, "I couldn't stop thinking about those coyote tracks." Now, I don't know how familiar you are with the coyote in our mythology, but the coyote spirit is
a trickster, if I recall.
Very good, Teaspoon. That's why I let you sit up front. And so I was talking with a couple of the Duke's boys, and they said that while they were digging that car out, they also found coyote tracks. Now,
like leading around the car, or
I wasn't there. I don't really know, but one of them, one of the sheriff's deputies joked to me, and he said that maybe the coyote smelled a treat underneath and started digging up the car.
But they didn't dig up the sheep.
Right? That's why this is weird. So if we're talking weird and we're talking coyote, then we've got to be a little less conventional.
Ooh, I like unconventional.
Well, so when I said expert, I guess what I meant to say is shaman. And there are three of them. Valor, Nachis, and Bylus. And they're they're on a retreat, but like I said, the sooner that we figure this out, the sooner you go home.
I'm sorry, Rob. What were those names? It was Valor, Nachis, and
Bylas. B-Y-L-A-S.
Bylas. Valor, Nachis,
Yeah, I spelled
and
that wrong.
Bylas. Okay.
So I'm assuming they'll talk to us because they're in the middle of some sabbatical, some ritual, some mystical things that even I think are a little... But maybe they can give us some insight on this. I mean, if it's somebody who is using the coyote spirit as a... Maybe they're sacrificing these people to the coyote spirit for some reason, or maybe they're using the mythology to throw us off the scent, or maybe they're boom. The windshield shatters.
Oh boy!
A bullet strikes Coloradus in his chest.
Oh shit!
The SUV spins
like
out of control. And we'll be back
steering wheel.
in 10 minutes for our overtime final episode, final part of this episode.
Just waiting for it.
We'll see you then. And we are back for our home front, where because the episode is over, now we cut to the... Oh, no, we don't. Actually, no. This is a special overtime.
Rob, we know where you live.
Because there was this thing. Oh, yes, the driver of the car that you were driving was shot, and it started to swerve out of control. That's what happened. I almost forgot. I'm so sorry. I get confused sometimes. I'm old. So, as I recall, Teaspoon was reaching over to the...
That's why you felt like mentioning I was in the front seat.
Is it?
You son of a...
That's weird. Why would I do something like that?
You
I don't think I have any driving skill.
Gosh, it's almost like somebody might have tipped him off to something like that.
Do you have driving skill?
Just the base of 20.
Oh, that's not good.
Am I rolling these dice here right now, Rob?
I'm also going to say that you're probably going to be at a penalty because you're reaching over to... How
do we feel about
steer.
turquoise dice, y'all? Should we swap to a different color?
Tawny,
I
believe
think
in
that's
your dice.
fair. I think that's a good color.
So I'm going to say, if you can roll under 10 or under, you will maintain control of this vehicle.
Not a very good percentage, Rob.
No, it's
You
not.
can do it.
Noonan.
You can do it.
It's not 46.
It's not the dice's fault.
Which, like in most things would be kind of okay.
Most skills that you put points into.
The SUV swerves, and finally, because of its high profile, rolls.
Ooh.
I was wearing my seatbelt.
Were you?
I was. I'm a paramedic. I've dealt with accidents before.
What's your percentage in seatbelt?
No, actually,
100.
Everybody, give me a wisdom roll here.
Everybody.
I felt like 46 was a pretty good number, so I'm sticking with turquoise dice.
So your wisdom. When I asked for or it might not be wisdom. Hold on, I'm sorry.
It's not wisdom.
Intelligence.
Power.
Our POW.
I'm gonna get
How?
Intelligence, actually.
I'll take it.
So you want to roll underneath your int times 5.
Oh, fork! Yeah, I rolled a 7.
My God, Tawny, I beat you. I got a 4.
What?
Guess what I rolled again? A 66.
Oh,
but
what?
it's below my 75.
Okay.
That's critical success.
Well, I got an 82.
I rolled a 12.
So Ethan, are you the only one who did not roll under their intelligence, or are you still good?
I rolled above it.
Okay.
Same with this thing.
Can I use my critical success to help Tidings? Is that a thing
Yeah,
I could do? Okay.
I'm going to say that you had a brief, like, before you drove off, he was just sitting there, and maybe you and him kind of had a brief moment of like, no, dude, buckle your seatbelt. I don't like sitting because I'm kind of stuck on the. Just buckle your seatbelt. Trust me.
Have you ever cleaned brain matter off of a dash? No, then wear your seatbelt, please.
Do you have like pictures on your phone to assist with this lecture of like, do you know what this is? This is somebody's face, okay?
Things in the public record only so that I don't violate anybody's HIPAA privacy. But I do. I have like specific folders in my phone with like labels of what kind of accidents they are, so I can be like, I have like 60 pictures on my phone to say why that's a bad idea if you want me to show you.
Jordan, let
see
me
this?
tell you what it was like helping my sister study for her paramedic exam.
Oh, man.
Not goes good out here.
Like, just looking at the first aid things that they send you for training for first aid stuff, it's pretty rough. You
Gotta
know?
watch that safety video that they made.
Blood on the highway. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say that because everybody is buckled, you're only going to have to roll 1d6 for the amount of damage that you take.
So not the one that I rolled earlier.
Good plan.
All of us,
Oh.
I assume.
Fuck
Yep.
ass.
Woo! Yeah, I got a 1.
I also got a 1.
I also got a 1.
I rolled a
Wow.
6. You're welcome.
Oh.
I rolled a 4.
So
Taking
clearly
the-
clearly
low
you were sitting on the side that rolled first.
Yeah, me and Tango just are not lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boom, boom,
'cause-
boom, boom, boom.
Because the sheriff wanted me behind him because I would be less likely to talk to him.
That was willpower, Rob?
No, hit points.
Hit
Oh,
points. Sorry.
fuck me.
Ow.
Definitely put that in the wrong
Rude. So
Oh, it's
does the sheriff obviously needs first aid though because of like his gunshot wound?
Let's see if he's still alive. Let's see here.
How tough are you, Tango?
I'm down to 5 hit points.
So I will be treating you if I don't have to treat the sheriff. I can use it to help. I can use first aid to help a character recover lost hit points.
So, ooh, okay, that's not good for him.
Yeah, I feel like the rest of us got the definition of walk it off.
You all got 1 fucking hit point, so yeah, you're just walking it off.
I think I broke a nail. Fuck off, guys.
I got a seatbelt burn on my shoulder.
Colorados did not survive the crash, so he's
Okay.
just sort of, his hands are, dangling there as various parts of his insides are.
Sheriff?
So
I
I
think as
confirmed that
soon
he's
as
dead.
we roll,
Could I have everybody make a sanity check, please?
Ah, fuck.
Bitch. Alright, here we go.
great, crit success.
Oh, fucking yes!
Ah, damn it.
We're trying to get under our maximum sanity, right?
Under
Right.
what your current sanity is.
What if you roll the exact number of your sanity?
That counts as passing.
Ha! I win!
I rolled a 93.
I got a 71.
Jesus, y'all! I got a
Jeez.
22, which
I
is
got
good.
an 83.
Everybody who failed, roll a d4 and subtract that from your sanity.
Crit success help anyone with anything?
No.
I'm just like super sane right now.
Well, I think it's more like the adrenaline has kicked in, and you're like,
Got
Can
a
I
1. Thank you.
to like roll myself out of the seatbelt and get my gun at the ready because obviously someone just shot him.
I was going to say the
He's
same thing.
probably coming after us.
possibly.
Yeah, as soon as it's safe to get out, I think we both instantly get out and
Rob,
try to
it
get
wasn't
them.
a high. It wasn't a high
Fuck.
power enough shot to go through Colorado's and the seat, right?
As far as you know, like
because otherwise I would be.
you're not shot.
Okay.
I
Alright.
do check her over though. I do want to see if there's anything I can do to get some hit points back.
Well, what are you at, Trip?
I am currently at 7 hit points, so not as bad off as 5 hit points.
I still.
But not great.
Not great, but not as bad off as 5 hit points. So
Hold on a
there's
second.
a couple different healing things.
Okay, well, if you've got the healing things, talk about them.
So there are 4 types of healing. Resuscitation, to resuscitate a dead character if it's possible. But since Rob said there were sort of entrails all over, I'm going to say probably not for the sheriff.
Not with the role that he took.
Yeah. Stabilization.
If he had either been in the car crash or gotten shot, he would have been okay. But
the bull.
Yeah.
The next one is stabilization. So stabilizing a wounded character with successful first aid test immediately heals a D4, and a critical success doubles the amount healed. A fumble inflicts damage. And
what page is that on, Jordan?
It's on 55.
Thank you.
I think that's probably the correct one, because treatment is like medical care in a hospital or aid station with like tools and medicine, and that would be a surgery or medicine test. Medicine's also for like poison, disease, and ongoing like healing. And then recuperation is more like overtime, which I would say definitely doesn't apply in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fun stuff too, guys, in case you're wondering about partial deafness, blindness, crippling or severing of limbs. And
Great.
it's really a fun read. I had a lot of good times going over it. There's like complications, like unconsciousness, stunning, death, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jordan.
Yeah.
I know you guys like to save people.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to try to save Colorado's, you can. But if you fail to do so, you're probably going to take a sanity loss.
I do like Colorado's. And it's first aid. I'll try it.
Okay.
I'll try it. I have an 80 in first aid.
Okay. Roll it.
So really
Do it.
99.
Oh my god. What was it actually? Please tell me it wasn't 99.
See, again, this is why I trust my players, because they cannot stone-face be like, of course I rolled a 4.
I got a 92.
Holy pork nuggets, Jordan.
These dice are going over there. That's a 90, right?
Well, you get to mark first aid as a skill that you failed.
Yay.
Well, like, you're like, okay, all I need to do is, like, you're scrambling over, on the roof of the car. You unbuckle him and ease him down, and you're like, okay, all I've got to do is, all I've got to do is
Stab him.
Is get my gear out of the trunk, and he just coughs and dies in your arms, like shudders and dies in your arms.
Sure.
Go ahead and take another 2 points of sanity loss. I'm sorry, 3 points of sanity loss for that.
So those of us
Sorry,
who rolled sanity
relationship
earlier,
with my sister.
Oh,
Damn.
on, girl.
Damn.
so those of us who rolled sanity earlier lose the that many points. That
Correct.
We lost.
Or you can smoke one of your bonds to.
I don't want to smoke my bond.
Oh, damn
Jordan went
it.
from having a great day to a bad day. All right. Meanwhile, what is everybody else doing?
I think
Getting out
as
of the car.
soon as we stop
Limping?
moving, I roll out of the car and get my gun at the ready because someone just shot him, and there's no way.
Okay, so who's out of the car?
I think
Teaspoon and Tidings.
Yeah.
Well, no, Trip, you're still fiddling with the
Colorado.
Okay. with the
that
sheriff?
does take some
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So Teaspoon and Tidings,
running back up to the road and looking basically.
can I get they don't have luck in this, do they?
Nope.
No.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Jordan.
That's my high stat. It's my high stat.
Yeah, no, I would have made that roll too. Like you,
Like, of all of the rolls to make, you make
Right.
your stat that's at 80% out of 100%.
like I am not even mad. Like that's what I would have done.
That's legit. I will use those dice again, but not this game, because I think those are the ones that keep hitting me in the plus 70 mark. And obviously I only have one stat that is even available for that. But if it's going to give me 90, I'm not interested.
Tidings, what is your dexterity?
Dexterity is 60.
What and Teaspoon, what is yours?
55.
Okay. So Tidings gets out of the car first and gets shot.
Oh my God.
I would like to dodge.
Thank you
Oh.
for having a better dex than me.
Okay, so what that means is let's talk about dodging.
Marriage, folks.
Dodge, duck, and dive.
That's marriage right
Um,
I
there.
can dodge a wrench. I can dodge a bullet.
So this is an opposed test. And I believe dodge is a skill, yes?
Yeah,
So go ahead and roll your dodge skill.
my dodge skill is bad.
But
Let's see what happens. I wish this game had luck.
Oh boy.
I got a 32 out of the 30.
Oh.
boy.
Wait, like that other game, can you spend other stuff to drop your roll
No.
score? Damn it. That was such
No.
a nice.
This is a grittier take on the material. Sorry.
Oh,
brutal.
I get it. But it sucks super hard when you're so close.
So I think
Ah.
so. I will at least give you a little.
Do I get a check?
Well, you get a check, and you also see where the sniper is located right before he shoots you. And you're going to take 8 points of damage.
You dead?
I'm not dead.
Okay.
Can you tell me where it is?
You
can
also
try to see
decide
it.
that crawling back into either behind or like you get shot and hit the ground. And so you know that the sniper is located up on that bluff up there.
So my initial plan was to roll out and hide behind the truck and try to see.
You're going to want to do that on the other side because
Okay.
that's where Tidings. Like if here's the truck, he rolled out here, bang, that shot came from up here. So
Okay, then yeah, I'll roll out the other side and try to hide behind the truck and then scan and see if I can figure out where the shot had come from.
Tidings that hit you?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm alive. Looks like I might be better than Tango, though.
Tango isn't currently actively bleeding out anywhere, as far as I can see.
well, I think
No one
how
makes
much
me
damage
bleed
did you?
my own blood.
How much damage did you take, Tango?
8.
Oh.
No, yeah.
7.
Yeah, you probably are bleeding.
Oh. Oh no, 6. 6. I'm sorry.
You're still probably bleeding.
Oh.
Like,
Hey team, can we try to stop getting hurt for just a second?
Well, maybe if we can take out this sniper, we might be able to talk about that.
What can we do to
Listen,
help?
Just send. I'm assuming I have a concussion, so I'm gonna play it up if you don't mind, Rob.
okay.
Listen, just send the unicorns that are in front of the truck past them.
Oh boy.
We'll do that. Where do you guys need us?
Can I scan where it seems like Tidings might have been shot from?
Well, he can direct you. Like, he's not out.
Yeah.
Would you like to direct me?
It's over there.
Yeah, and you do see the outline of somebody with a rifle.
All right. My firearms are not the best, but I would like to take a shot.
Okay. All right. You're shooting with a pistol?
I have a Sig Sauer P226.
Yes. So take a negative 20 to that shot because they're far.
That puts me at nothing.
Then you can't hit them from here.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh
I'm
my
assuming
gosh.
my Browning is not around.
Then yeah, I'm
it's
gonna.
I will say it's probably in the truck.
We're in the sheriff's SUV. He probably has something.
Can I'm
Oh,
in the
also
driver's
suppressing
section.
fire.
Can I pop the trunk?
Yes.
Also,
I pop the trunk.
Okay.
teaspoon.
Let's stop for a second.
Everybody shut the fuck up.
Well, I just
Just
want
shut it.
well, I just want to get us into a proper combat round here.
Shit.
So I'm gonna set that up in the chat for a second here.
Roll the initiative.
No, I think it just goes off of your dex score.
What's your guys' dex at?
50.
I'm at
60.
52.
60 minus a gunshot.
Wait, you're at 52 or 50
I'm also at
as
50.
well?
55.
I'm at 60.
Okay, so So Taxi, what is yours? Taxi,
50.
what is yours?
Oh, I am 50.
Okay. Teaspoon, what is yours?
55.
Trip, what is yours?
50.
Tango, what is yours?
60.
Tidings, what is yours?
60.
Okay, please hold.
Do.
Mana.
Murder everybody. Do 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 do.
Oh, is that
So
like common allowed to use? Because I might stop humming that.
I think you're probably fine.
parody?
Are we making? Okay, that's fine. That works. Who wants to try to get healed first? And let me remind you that if I fail my roll, I might inflict more damage.
I'm probably good.
I'm not going to be very useful in combat.
Me neither. Maybe I'll just try it out on Tidings.
I have some ideas.
Oh.
I also have some ideas.
Teaspoon. You could just shoot in the general area, hoping to do like a.
I was going to try to
Spook
talk
him.
him down, whoever it is.
How far away is he, though?
Please don't shoot.
Okay.
I'm very fucking
If you're
charged.
going to try to talk someone who's trying to shoot at you, I recommend Cockney.
Oh my god.
Tango and Tidings.
Yeah.
You can take an action before the bad guy goes.
No, I don't really have that. Does the sheriff have a rifle in the car?
Yes, he does.
I'm still upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I grab the rifle, get not upside down, and shoot towards the bluff?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
going to say that's probably going to be a minus 20 on your firearms.
Oh. Okay, then I'm at zilch.
Okay.
So
But
I
you
would
do.
like. Oh, I would like to get out of the road, try to get cover near the car, and then, in theory, if I can get some sort of longer range weapon.
You will be able to recover your rifle, but moving in and getting it is going to take your turn.
Okay.
Which is good because...
As a warning, my rifle does not have a damage rating. It just has a lethality.
Okay. Teaspoon, you've got eyes on the shooter, and you see them disappear behind the rock.
Can I yell at them? I'm going to try to convince him, like, listen, I'm not sure who you are, but I can tell you right now, this is not something you want to be doing right now. You are messing with things that are bigger than all of us and bigger than you, and it is not going to be a good look. And I would like to point out that I'm charming as fuck.
You are. Great. Taxi and Trip, what are you doing?
I'm currently still in the upside down vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously like a police vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
My hope was that if they could somehow get away and maybe flank him, I could use my electrician / mechanic skill to maybe set off the siren or something to distract the shooter or something.
Okay.
I obviously have no skill with shooters, so I think my guy is pretty much just hunkering down.
Okay.
You can probably just flip the switch.
Yeah, it's not.
I assumed if we flipped that it might be damaged. So that's why.
You don't.
Might have a roll cage.
You don't have to worry about fixing it. If you want to set off the siren, you can definitely do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I get out on the side opposite where Tidings initially got out and try to meet him at the back to do some sort of stabilization first aid on his gunshot wound.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that. Are you ready to roll that?
A different pair of dice, Ethan. I apologize if I accidentally kill you.
Happens.
Hey, I got a 72. That's under 80.
All right.
So real close though.
So go ahead and do you want to roll the D4 or do you want Ethan to roll the D4 on how many hit points he gets back?
What are you feeling, Ethan?
Let's have you do it.
Okay.
That sounds unwise right now.
Yeah.
That's a 1.
Nice.
Called it.
Yeah. Always make them do it, Jordan, so that you don't get blamed.
Hey, he got any hit points back, okay? I could have not done the first aid at all.
Okay. So Tango and Tidings, it is back to you.
Die, you proto-matter infested son of a bitch! Boom.
Okay.
We'll see if that works. It does not work. In fact, I got a 44.
Die, you proto-matter infected son of a bitch! Click.
There's nothing in there.
You didn't keep it loaded in the vehicle. You've got to find the ammo somewhere.
Okay. Is that the critical fail? Because
Yes.
It was a 44. Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that it doesn't.
I appreciate you being honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Tidings, what are you doing?
I would like to attempt to take a shot.
You sight where the shooter was, and you do not see him.
Okay, then I just like to basically sweep around looking or seeing if anybody has binoculars to be a spotter.
Okay. That I think is going to be an alertness check.
I have an alertness of 60.
Oh, see, you might be useful.
Yeah.
Okay. Another shot rings out. And let's see. Teaspoon, you want to give me a dodge check? Keep in mind that if you take a dodge check, you don't get to take an attack or an action your next round.
I mean, I'm assuming talking last time did nothing. Okay. Oh my god, I missed it by fucking 1 point.
Ooh. That's one less than I missed.
Yeah, man, luck would be nice.
You know, that just means the next dodge is going to get right on the money, guys. Just to go 1 point at a time.
How many hit points do you have left?
9.
You have 8 less.
Oh, shit.
Is she unconscious?
She may be.
On the page about healing, it says if your agent is reduced to 2 or fewer, she falls unconscious.
Cool. Yeah, then I'm out, I guess.
Because you're like, this thing is bigger than you. Boom. And Teaspoon spirals to the ground.
Hello.
I immediately go to her to get her out of the blast range and perform first aid.
Okay.
Dark blue or blue and gold, Tawny?
I don't trust you, blue and gold.
Okay.
It's not the dice anymore, it's you. That's personal.
Blue and gold. Okay.
Mostly because I know what your blue and gold dice look like, and I feel like I trust them. And I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have trusted them, and you just crit failed. Did you just crit fail and kill me?
I didn't crit fail, but I failed. I didn't crit fail. I did fail.
I kind of wish you did, so I wouldn't be alone on this island.
Well, because what happens if you fail a stabilization roll?
You just killed me. Did you just fucking kill me?
A fumble inflicts damage.
Right. Did you fumble?
What's
Fumble's
a fumble?
Crit.
That's a crit.
Oh, I didn't
Fail.
crit. I didn't crit. I got a 94. I didn't crit.
Give me a heart attack for a second.
I didn't crit. I did not do that.
This was starting to feel like deja vu. Is what this was starting to feel like.
Tawny loves Cthulhu games. Cthulhu games do not love Tawny.
So the bad news is once
you do the thing, you can't do it until she gets hurt again.
Yeah, but if she gets hurt again while she's unconscious, she automatically dies.
Yeah.
Is there any way I could?
So I'm just gonna hide her.
Please don't.
I'm just gonna hide her.
Tony, please don't.
Can I?
Fine, I'll do nothing.
Please just don't try to heal me.
Tony,
Whatever you do, Tony, don't try to heal me.
I have no healing.
I need you as a spotter.
Yeah.
So I be spotting.
Okay.
Do I need to roll if I have a 60 or?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay. Here we go. I got a 61. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you joshing me?
Did you literally just say the word joshing? Is this 1994?
I'm a 90s child, Tawny. Leave me alone.
I'm just gonna say, fighting is really rough in this game. It's real rough. It's very realistic.
Fighting in Delta in the original version was rough, and then they were like, that was too easy. We gotta make it more realistic.
I would like to have words with whoever wrote this scenario. Not mean words, just words.
So, I'm gonna give you a choice, Taxi.
Great.
You can spot the bad guy, but you are going to have to expose yourself to fire. So if Ethan misses, he's going to shoot you next.
Given our rolls, I'm going to miss.
It can't rain all the time.
Don't quote the crow.
It's pretty stormy right now, is all I'm saying.
We're in the desert.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I gotta help. I gotta somehow redeem myself for past failures.
All right, Tidings,
You're
I think
so brave.
it is your take your shot here.
In
Don't
the
throw it away.
Immortal words of RuPaul, don't fuck it up.
So,
I don't like.
Oh my
What
God.
did you do?
What?
I
Did you just crit
rolled
fail? Did you just crit fail? He just crit failed.
an 11.
You son of a bitch!
Jerk! Oh my god!
This is for you.
Lucky I'm not over there right now. Tawny, throw something at him for me.
I can't. He's in the other room and the door is shut.
Well, get up and throw
Mother him
something
as you
at
speak,
him!
then. That was so rough. Oh my god.
Oh, you are such a fucking bastard, Ethan.
I'm a fan of it. I'm glad you did that.
Ugh.
Thank you, Ethan.
Washburn.
You Washburn is even like, first of all, how dare you, sir? Boom. Headshot. Thump. We cut to. Uh-oh. I think somebody's coming for you.
Get him while you're over there.
Tawny just left this.
She's like, I'm getting a knife and I'm going on a solo camping
Damn
trip.
dog. He wanted out of the room.
Oh.
So, boom, headshot. And there's a stillness in the desert. We then cut to the hospital where basically, well, no, everybody except Trip and Taxi are laid up. Like, you guys are, got the like cinematic cool guy wounds, but the rest of them are there, and Garrett is there.
It's the Duke.
Yeah.
What's up, Duke?
Am I still out or am I like
You're
awake?
Awake, but you're not going anywhere anytime soon.
You're in a coma for the rest of the series.
For in consciousness, it does say after an hour passes, you can regain.
Yeah, like this is actually probably like the next day.
Okay.
So
I actively call him the Duke because
I know, and like
concussion.
And he's kind of like, ma'am, I know that Colorado's we didn't always get along. I didn't think anything like this was going to happen. I mean, one of his own decided that he wanted to, I don't know, I think it was kind of one of them Rambo situations. Not the
First Blood?
Yeah, the first one. The good one, not the other ones.
Was it Rope?
I've never seen Rambo.
No,
we're gonna have that movie marathon later, Sarah. Don't worry.
Emmanuel Santana. He was Army Special Forces, and he like pulls out like his like beat up old notepad. What I understand, he was a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan, and he deserted. He's been living up in them mountains for a while.
It's the proto matter.
No, there's nothing
got the
like
sheep.
it was definitely just some very intense PTSD.
He got the sheep.
That and Agent Jackson here is experiencing some very serious
Concussive
head
symptoms.
injury moments.
Do you want to give me a persuade roll here?
I can do that.
Can I do it too?
I don't know. Can you?
Is it a persuade off?
Does Sarah want to cancel out?
Actually,
Tony's-
let's do it. Roll your persuade. There, concussion lass.
Yeah, no.
cancels out, right?
38 on my 40.
All right.
y'all.
Nice.
75.
I will also point out that I'm charming as fuck.
Not charming enough to stop the shooter, but
Apparently.
Proto matter doesn't listen.
Matter, don't
anyhow,
care who you are.
Major,
Matter don't
I believe
care.
your problems will be at an end. And
Listen, I know we didn't necessarily see eye to eye on this whole thing, but
Well, you're taller than us.
you all, I mean, I don't know how you took that guy out. Like, you are one.
Knows his stuff.
my
You are one.
biggest regret is that we were not able to save Sheriff Colorados.
Yeah, he was a good man.
I liked
He was a good man.
I liked his jokes.
All right, well, I'll let you all get some rest, and I'm sure you'll be heading out in the morning.
Can I fly with my head damage?
You'll be fine.
Thank you, Officer Garrett.
Major.
Is there anything else that you want to? Is there any other scenes that you want to have?
What happened
So-
to the body?
Yeah, I
did
wanna see
we
the
go
body.
up to the body? Did we go up to the body?
I think you guys were too jacked up to like.
Because I wouldn't leave this scene when the parasite potentially jumped to a new host. Because
Yeah.
that's what our
Right.
job is.
Okay, well, how do you deal with that then?
Go to the morgue.
So I would go to the morgue at least to double check if it is or is not still there. And then take note of every single person that had contact with the body.
Okay,
I probably also went with her to do
okay.
because I was probably the least jacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the actual least jacked up.
I
Mhm.
think I was the most.
Yep.
Yeah, that.
Well, you are on the you were on the actual precipice of death.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Fake news.
For sure happened.
Okay.
Happened.
So Taxi and Trip are going to the morgue to check everything.
Yep, and I'm keeping an eye on Lawson again.
Okay. Well, let's deal with that next time. Because we are unfortunately have overrun our episode time for this series, so we will deal with that follow up on our next episode of Theater of the Mind Players.
Great.
I don't like you.
We are out of time.
I know.
Like, I'm not. This is not me being. Well, okay, I'm being a little precious, but this is not me being like, well, we have to come back, don't we? Like, we have done 4 action-packed segments, and we will have to pick this up next time. So this is actually probably one of our rare 2-parter-ish episodes.
To be continued.
Like I honestly need to sit down and think about how I want to handle this. So we'll be back in 2 weeks for our next episode. But until then, we are Theater of the Mind Players, and we are
Ethan Exit Anderson.
Tawny P. Thompson.
Tony Sheik.
Jordan Fishburne.
Sarah Babe.
And as always, our Lord of the Board,
Brad Davies.
from all of us here at Theater of the Mind Players. This is Rob Whelan reminding you, just repeat to yourself, it's just a game. I really should relax.
No.
Nope. No relaxing.